The name of the game is building. Building, building, building. Don't let me do anything other than... Say it with me, chat. Building. That's right. Hello, Beach Perfume. Hello to AZRLTR. Hello to Tree Bark Rats. We got Cosmic Coinky Dink. There you go. Hello to Niels 0811. Hello to Percival. Jinkei Junichiro. There you go. Look at all the buildings in the chat. Hi everyone, how you doing? You all alright? You all good? It looks quite dark in here, doesn't it? Shall I crack the windows open a bit? Oh, no. There you go. That might present... Yeah, there you go. It makes all the difference, doesn't it? One day when I get the air conditioning, I will no longer have to open my windows ever again. No natural light. My office will be decorated in some shape or fashion. Oh my God. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be so good. But anyway, hello. Hi. Welcome to today's broadcast. Hope you're doing good. Hello to CH Gaming Live. Thank you very much for the 5-month resub. We got Ink Coffins yesterday as well with a brand new one. And 3 months coming in from Bumblebee Honey yesterday. I realized that I didn't really read any subs or raids or donos or anything yesterday. And I think part of that is because I can't hear anything from this computer. So let's see if I can fix that real quick. So outputs. I mean, that seems to be correct. That all seems to be correct. How about if I test the sound on here? Let me open up like a video or something and see whether it actually comes through. It might not even be on this mixer. Maybe that's part of the reason why I'm not hearing it. What we got? What can I load up? Guess just anything really. Sausages video. See, I don't hear any of that. Do you hear anything? I don't hear anything. Let's see. If I press on maybe this one, then change this to be secondary. Oh, there we go. Now I hear stuff. You probably still don't hear anything, but I at least hear that now. So I can hear my alerts and stuff, which is fantastic. Nice. All right. I guess let's get on Misadventures. Let's crack on with it. There isn't a crazy amount of the dungeon left to do. I think today is going to be a lot of watching paint dry, or in this case, we're going to be watching copper oxidize. Or if we're lucky enough and we have enough copper ore, which I think we probably do, we can hopefully do a bunch of the copper smelting quest and basically sesh that out. So we'll see how that one goes. We'll see how that one plays out. Something that I did do yesterday was I actually came across a bunch of skulk. So I found like an ancient, well, where an ancient city would be if I had one, but we don't have structures in the resource world, annoyingly. But what I did come across was a bunch of skulk in one of these many things. Yeah, look, here you go. So I wondered whether to like decorate this dungeon with this stuff. Maybe I save it for a future dungeon. I don't know. but I didn't have enough like tool durability to make that a viable thing. But yeah, there was some skulky stuff. There was some skulky stuff. I had wondered whether to replace this here. So like this, if I do this to make it nice and dark, that is unbelievably dark. Jesus. I didn't realize quite how dark it was in here. But I did wonder whether any of this like cobbled deep slate that we find, whether I should replace it with skulk. I just thought maybe that could be an interesting option. We can maybe do it at the end and see how we feel about it. So first and foremost, I need to fire up the loaded schematic. I need to go to configure. I need to go to material list. I need to go to on for the HUD. And we need to hide some stuff. So light blue wool we don't need. Oak leaves and grass blocks we don't need. Water bucket, don't need. Oak logs, no thanks. Is there anything else that is just like leftover that I'm probably not going to need? Birch leaves, probably not. I think aside from that, that should be all good. So if I now do info list, there you go. Apparently there are still 60 stone bricks to place in and around here, which blows my mind a little bit, but there is every chance that I have the stuff inside of here. Oh, I've got to go back to the university. So this is something we actually have to do, chat. So before you get on my case, I left my tools at Cam's yesterday at the university. So I legit need to go there and go and grab my stuff. So let me go and do that real quick. I'm hoping I can actually swim out of here fast enough. But yeah, we went for a writing session at the university with Drift and Cam and Scott. Scott was there as well. So we need to figure that bad boy out. So yeah, that'll be good. But yeah, how are we all? I've had a very, well, I say a slow day. It's a slow day in terms of I've barely done any work. But it's because I took Robin to, you know, like some people might not have kids or might not know, but there's like those places where like it's like they've hired like a space, like the equivalent of like a shop in a shopping center. And then what they do after that is they actually go ahead and they populate it with lots of different rooms. Now, some of these rooms are like designed to look like a doctor's surgery. Some of them are like a fire station. Some of them are a beauty salon, all that kind of stuff. Who's that jumping up and down? Rosa. What's Rosa jumping around in there for? I thought it was a player at first. I was like, you never see an NPC jump. But yeah, we went to one of those today and we were just having a really good time. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna sod off work. I'm not entirely bothered about work, so we're gonna go for it. Are you stuck in your home? You wanna go out? Are you good? Nope, she is desperate to go out that one window. Never mind. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Let me pull Dennis over this way. I can use Dennis to get over there without using any saturation. But yeah, we went to one of those today, which was good. And yeah, basically just did that. And we went and bought her some books because her birthday's next week. So we bought her a bunch of stuff and I was like, oh, we've actually not got her any books. Because she loves a good bedtime story, just reading in general. So we picked up a couple of those. And then that was kind of my day, honestly. I got back. I pulled together some emails that I had to send out. And then basically that's it. That's all I've done today. So there is a stream tonight at like 6:15, which is a bunch of the Misadventures / vampires kind of circle. Remember when we played some Among Us like a week or so ago or a week or two ago? It's basically that group are playing again tonight. But I was like, nah, like I really need to get this dungeon done. I want to just stream this, try and get it done. And then I can focus in the next couple of days on writing the one shot. And then maybe sometime next week, I know this is a quick turnaround, but maybe sometime next week we could actually get the first one shot inside of Misadventures actually done on stream, which I think would be really fun. So we'll have to figure out who's going to play and how it's going to go, and sort of take it from there, which I think will be fun. So it's good. Basically, yesterday, whilst I was building the whole day, I basically went ahead and had Age of Umbra on my second screen. So there's a load of stuff that I hadn't realized. Like, if you roll a crit when doing an attack, then you do, I think it's something like full dice damage, and then you get to roll again on top of that, or something like that, which is bonkers. And then I got to actually witness some death saving throws, or death moves as they're called technically. So that was quite interesting to see. And then something that I've not done yet, 'cause I say not done yet like I've run loads. I've run one quick start. But I really like the idea of the countdown timers. I suppose there was a countdown during the final fight of the quick start adventure, but that had a more obvious trigger. But I would like to use that. And I'm actually now wondering whether using a countdown timer or a progress counter, which is basically just putting down a dice and you say, right, starts at 6, and you know in your head as the GM that when it hits 0, the players have succeeded the challenge. I'm wondering whether the agility thing will cause that to progress and go down. That's what I'm thinking, at least. And yeah, well, that's kind of the idea. The idea. No gym in the world. She's been getting the exercise in. Oh wait, actually I don't know if that's in context too. I know that I've been going to the gym. I've got the gym again tomorrow morning, which kind of dreading because Friday tends to be the hardest one of the week. Not because I've done Monday and Wednesday and my body's a bit tired. It's just, it's the owner of the gym does the Friday session, and usually he writes a fucking hard schedule. Like last week, it was just arms. So much so that, like, I would say at most I can maybe do 7 press-ups in one go, and consistently, like every 40 seconds I could probably do about 6 or 7 push-ups. But like he had us doing like pure arm exercises, and I was like, bro, I literally can't even get up for one. I'm literally having to do one normally, and then the rest of them on my knees because I couldn't do it. Chat, you're not getting me with that 6-7 shit. I'm not as brain rotted as Impulse and Skiz and Timmy are. You're not getting me with it. I'm not going to sit there and wave my arms around saying it. No chance. Right, let's get all my stuff back. There we go. Didn't actually have a crazy amount of stuff. And I can just press R and 1, and it basically just puts everything mostly in the right slot. Not fully, but there you go. By the way, this pickaxe here, I can't use that pickaxe without hearing, like, what is it? The I can't stop the loneliness. Higgle! Or whatever it is that, like, Hornet says. I hear that in my head every time I pick it up because it's got Silk Touch. So I think of Silk Song. In fact, I've been wanting to rename it just purely for that reason. I did get you to say Labubu last week, so no, but that one I'd already said. Like that's one that my kids are actually saying, or at least Amelia is, like, my oldest. 6-7 is not in her vocab. I don't think kids her age are saying it. Although I have heard other kids on the school run saying it. So I wonder whether it's more of a slightly older kids thing. Like we're talking like end of like primary school kind of vibe. So like more you sort of 8 to 11-year-olds. Oh God, the hiccups today. Rather than like, you know, your 5 and your 6-year-olds. Right, we are in. Let's figure out what the hell I need right now. Let me get some music on as well. Let's go. This one's called Focus, Flow, and Unwind. No, way too chill. Oh, I like this one. 80s club scene. No. Synth funk. That's what I want as a as a genre. Sure, let's take this for now. All right, so this is the dungeon. We started to get a few bits and pieces in place. I think copper is going to be our first order of business today. So I've got an ungodly amount of copper here, which I want to start smelting. But the reason I want to smelt it is because I need a load of this, but like oxidized, which is on our list. Now, I'm pretty certain that there is a bulb that's supposed to go there. And I think the only reason that's not working is because it's not waxed. So if I can pull out the waxed, or the honeycomb, should I say, then that might be good for me. Where's my honeycomb at? I think I've got 2 bulbs around here total. Oh, more copper there. Good. Swear I just saw the honeycomb. There it is. Nice. So I think if I press that, that is now correct. Lovely. And if I pop another one just here, where is it? Sweet. And then I oxidize it. Bam. And then I think I need to activate it as well. I need a button. So do I have a button or wood for making a button? There you go. Just get one of them. Oops. Nice. So I'm hoping that that will actually make it the correct thing. There you go. Lovely. Sweet. Lovely. And then I don't have the lichen on me right this second. Oh, there's another bulb just there. Good, good, good. Nope. Apparently I already put a bulb there. Is that right? Oh, it is already there. Okay, fair. Nice. But yeah, lots of copper to be had. So I think a lot of the copper needs to be oxidized. Not all of it does, though. So, for example, if I was to grab some of this. So we've got some honeycomb. Where's the rest of the oxidized? Sorry, non-oxidized. I'm going mad. There it is. Got it. Let me just get a small handful of these, like maybe just like 6 or so. There you go. Let's see how that plays out. So if I put on easy place mode, there you go. Lovely. Oh yeah, the copper, what they called? Lightning rods. Lightning rods. What's the recipe for a lightning rod? Because okay, I can probably make a bunch of those. Let me check my material list and see what the count is for those. Lightning rod. 13 lightning rods. Easy peasy. Just don't know the recipe though. Lightning rod is 3 copper. Nice. Okay. In fact, I can use the copper in a moment to do that. So let's bring you. I think what we're going to do for now is we're probably going to go over to the copper mine and go and do a bunch of that quest. Because then that should give me a bunch of chests, which I can then open in order to make, in order to hopefully get a bunch of oxidized copper to save me a load of time. So if you don't know, basically the copper golems reside all the way over here. And they've got a quest which is basically to smelt 64 copper ingots. And if you do that, you get given a chest. It has a load of randomized copper goodies in it. And I'm pretty certain, if memory serves correctly, that you do get weathered and oxidized copper blocks, basically. And if not, at the very least, you get like trapdoors and stuff, which is also something that's on my need list. So what I can do is I can go over there and basically just smelt a bunch and get a load of the reward chests, is what I'm thinking. So that's the plan for just now. There we go. You not there? Overworld. All right. Away we go, Dennis. Tell you what I'm going to do real quick as well, just while we're making our wander over. I'm going to run a quick ad break on Twitcheroos. Let me do that real quick. Bam, 3-minute ad. Live series when questions starting. I'm not even talking about that yet. Hand on heart, pinky promise. Literally nothing said about it just yet. There is zilch going on behind the scenes that we're aware of. Maybe Grian's cooking something. Maybe he's busy working away. But normally he tells us. He normally goes, hey, gang, I've got a concept down. I'm passing it to the developers. I'll let you know when we get closer. And he doesn't even tell us the concept of it. He just sort of says, I've got it brewing. But literally nothing right now. Like nothing at all. So for now, just assume nothing's going on. And we'll all be excited and surprised when it, you know, comes to fruition at some point. I mean, the fact that he said there'll be another one is exciting. Because obviously for me, they perform great. So like I got no complaints. I could do misadventures in between. We could do a bunch of Daggerheart. I did see people actually messaging me on Tumblr saying that my eyes and ears AU would be a cool environment for doing a Daggerheart like story in or one shot in. And I kind of agree and kind of don't. You know what I mean? What could be interesting is if we were able to design a life series, so like Third Life or whatever, and somehow play it in that environment. Does that make sense? Like, so use their mechanics for combat and stuff, but actually somehow tell a story in that environment. That'd be interesting. I think what would be cooler is if I look into all the electronic stuff and see whether I could actually tell the story of the VTuber stuff through Daggerheart. Because there's a whole module in the book which talks about digital thingy-majiggies. I don't know if that's a spoiler or not, but hey-ho, we're running through. Very cool, though. Makes me feel like I'm back on the realm seeing that. Bum 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 bum. Haha, yes, a cool environment like the council table. That's something that I haven't really understood or really researched properly yet is in Daggerheart, the environment blocks or stat blocks, I suppose. So those are the ones that are literally, I didn't bring any coal with me. I had loads as well. I had loads of coal in one of my shulker boxes. Bloody hell. I mean, I can resource well, go get some and come back, but I wish I had more on me. Damn it. That's fine. That's because I rushed off like a fool. Right, let's do it. Where is little robot? There he is. Do you need any help? Right, which quest are you? Crafting replacements. That's not what I'm after. I'm after your quest. There you go. Get smelting. All right, here we are. Right, so let's populate these to begin with. And then I'm going to need coal if I've got any. Can I not place that there either? Oh. All right, so resource world here. Let's go grab some coal and stuff. All right, there's some like just there. That is not my bucket. Whoops, wrong slot. Okay, that is the right pickaxe. Good. I'm just gonna have to grab a bunch from here, and then we'll use this as our starting point. Imagine your lore being built in Minecraft and being used for a cool video. Haha, imagine. Wait, what? Also, random one. Please don't say if, like, because I've heard that there might be spoilers around about Minecraft Live at the weekend, which I do intend on watching, by the way. So I should be co-streaming that, or whatever it's called, like reaction streaming it. So no spoilers if you actually know what's going on, like if the leaks are real or something. But if you don't know, like myself, like I've got no clue, what do we think? What do we think we're going to get? So remember, game drops are smaller, so it might not be quite as elaborate as some people might think. And also the fact that the copper update with the golems and everything still isn't actually fully out yet. But yeah. End update? Maybe. So I saw one thing from Ollie, High Key Hate Me, which was about some key art for the event. And it was like really tall mobs. And then all of the players were stood there with like their left arm in the air. But they were mob types that exist. So like zombies and iron golems and blah, blah, blah. But they had like different colors. And I didn't know if that was just like, it's just a color variant. Like, not even to be like added into the game. I didn't know if that was just like style points. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Somebody was saying about grabbing the emerald block for picks. Is picks after emerald ore blocks? Because I've got a silk touch pickaxe. So I'm happy to grab that for him if that's the thing he's after. Because that's a block type I bet most people don't really think about that often. You saw that from X's video. Nice. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what the situation is there. Right, there we go. Just gonna grab some more. I'm just gonna grab as much coal as I can now, because then I can just chill over here and wait for the copper to smelt. I mean, honestly, what we could maybe do today is we could actually flesh out more the Misadventures one shot while the copper cooks. Granted, the copper does smelt pretty bloody quick, but still. Deep slate, emerald ores, and stone diamond always get the silk touch in my world. Oh, really? Interesting. I remember that being a thing on the Hermitcraft at one point where they were getting like deep slate diamonds or whatever. And I think it was like a contest or something, of which I stole one from Doc, but yeah. I'd like to see the enchanting system. Well, I know that there was a draft, and even people could physically play it, where enchantments, if you wanted to get more specific roles on enchantments for certain types, that they were going to be tied to biomes. So you would have a, what they called, what's the Lectin fella called? It's not librarian, is it? I don't think it's librarian. Whatever the enchanter fella's called. You'd get one of them and their trades would be dictated by, oh no, it's librarian. Okay, cool. But yeah, their trades would be dictated by the biome they currently reside in. And then obviously you can lock them in, and I imagine you can then move them between biomes or whatever. But yeah, I think that was kind of the idea and the plan. Nice. But yeah, I'm not sure. I've seen some people talking about a combat update. Don't know if I'm bothered about a combat update. I'll be real with you. Not sure I'm fussed. To be honest, I don't know at this point what I want in Minecraft. I'll be honest. I think at the moment I'm just quite enjoying quality of life features. I mean, honestly, the copper golems auto sorting chests was probably my biggest single ask from Minecraft for bloody ages, like a really, really long time. Inventory management, yeah, inventory management slash inventory, like inventory. I think inventory sorting would be nice. Even just a little button that auto-organizes stuff, like, you know, here I press R and it automatically does it. Something like that in vanilla would be great, because I think sometimes people do get, like myself, very scattered inventories. So yeah, I basically need to stand near this fella close enough so that if the quest pops, then I'm good to go. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to see if I can do what I did last time, which is to slightly cruel, but if I just yoink him in here, he can't actually go out of my range, which is nice. Like if I just pull him over this way, I'm close enough to that furnace where it's going to let me do it, but I can cash the quest in while we go. Like he keeps trying to leave and then he can't go anywhere. So for those of you just joining the stream, what we are doing today is we're trying to garner a lot of exposed copper grates, basically just tons of copper stuff. But because this is the Misadventures server, we have a slight shortcut to do that, which is basically doing this quest over and over again. Go on, bang, yes. There we go, and that's going to keep on going. I don't think I can place this here. No, I can't. So this will basically have a bunch of goodies in it, a bunch of presents in it. So that is basically the plan, is to stand here and just let that go. Have I got 2 books here? Blank and blank. Strange. Can't open that either. Never mind. Sweet. Got it. Can you place the shulker in the wilderness? Potentially. Let me pull that off real quick. I'm just worried about going out of range of it. Let's see. I can. Yeah, okay, cool. Nice. Can I place this chest in the wilderness? No, I can't place that in the wilderness. Never mind. Thought I might be able to. It's only designated for those. Can I actually just attach you to something in here? Is there anything at all I can pop you on? That's a fence gate, which isn't going to quite cut it. I'll just leave you here. I'll leave him here. I'm close enough to get that, but then also not close enough to trigger his quest, old Victor up there, when the quest actually dings. What are the quests for the other copper golems? So these this copper golem here, old Jubble Rock, is that his name? Jubble Rock? Yeah. His quest is simply to smelt 64 ingots. That fella up there is slowly but surely looking to upgrade the copper golems to make them better. So that was actually my most recent Misadventures video where I went through that whole quest line. And my guess is that's Lizzie doing a little bit of forward storytelling for when we maybe one day get to move to a Minecraft version where we have those copper golems available, and then we can basically do our thing. Oh, do you need any help? Click again. Oh, thank God they stack. Okay, that's perfect. I don't even have to worry about inventory space. So who do we think in Misadventures would play in the Dagger Heart one-shot? And bear in mind, it doesn't have to just be 4 people. We can run it with 4 people and then run it with another 4 people and another 4 people. Like, if everybody's up for it and wants to give it a go, then we can do that. Yeah, Sausage. I think Sausage would definitely be in party number 1. I'd love to see him go in it. Avid. I think Avid would be a great player. Yeah, for sure. Cleo likes D&D. They do. They apparently DM like every Saturday or something like that, which is pretty cool. So I like the idea of having, I think, Sausage, Avid, Cleo, and then maybe one other person. Maybe that would round it out. That'd be a fun group. I know people like Scott wants to. I know that, I mean, Ren has already played some Dagger Heart with me, so I know he'd be probably quite interested. But I think with Ren, it'll be a case of, if other people are wanting to play, I'd rather they go first, because I'll be doing the back and fork stories with Ren with that group. You know what I mean? All right, hold on a minute. Come on, finish the quest. Is it done? Have they all stopped smelting? Oh, I've just literally just run out of copper for them. My bad. Yeah, good and good. I'll wait for these 3 to cook, and then I'll get the quest again, and then we'll quickly run over to the wilderness again. Come on. Nice, got it. Sweet, that one's smelting again. Let me quickly run over here, and inside of... can I place... I can't even use a crafting table there. I guess what I'll do then, I'll quickly pop down this shulker box. Oh, we got a lot of copper to put in there. Cool, cool, cool. Just one in, one out, I suppose. I could put more of the coal in as well, actually, thinking about it. Nice, nice, and nice. Sweet. Can you combine coal together to make a coal block and then put that into a furnace? Does that work or no? I'm just trying to think of ways of slimming this down a bit. Because at the minute, it's a bit messy. Let me take your lead off of you for a second, bud. Am I close enough for that to work? Yeah, I am. Yeah. Let's see. Get some copper in there. Get some copper in there. That one's all good. Get some copper in there. Cool. Keep going. It gives you 9 times the fuel. Jesus. All right, hold on. Let's do that super quick then. So what, you do that? But when you say 9 times the fuel, like, there's 9 coal going into it anyway, so it's not actually any better, right? Or is it just more so that I'd be able to put more on the same slot? So I guess technically that's kind of easy, I suppose. I don't know. Not sure. So if I literally just do that, that should work fine, right? I could probably even take the majority of this, actually. We'll make some more blocks. Means I don't have to refill it quite as often. The issue I'll run into is actually just not clocking the change. Or sorry, the expiration coal block. There you go. Nice. Back to the overworld. Got it. All right. Coal blocks in there. Yep. Sorry, Jewel Rock. Nice. And we'll leave those ones with that for now. Okay, cool. That'll work. So it lets you put, yeah, 9 stacks of coal into the furnace. That makes sense. I can see that, I suppose. For some reason, this music feels just right for the copper mines. I like it. How dare you, CC? How dare you, CC? Are you going to San Diego, by the way, CC? I'm not. That's not me setting up for I get to see you there. I was just curious. I am starting to get more and more jealous of people going to San Diego the closer it gets, but I just know that I just don't enjoy long flights, and I don't enjoy time zone swaps and stuff like that. It's never been for me. There has to be something really especially special for me to want to go. And like having attended an American TwitchCon and the European one, they don't feel differently enough. You know what I mean? If the America one like really trumped like the if the American one really trumped like the European one for whatever reason, whether it was like it's a bigger event or whatever, then maybe I'd be tempted, but it's just not there for me, man. I'll tell you what then, we said we were gonna try and flesh out some more of the notes for the one shot. I need to actually find my notepad file about Misadventures one shot. Where was it? It was Misadventures one shot. Here we go. So I've just got it all in like a notepad file at the minute. So let's do this. So I suppose first and foremost, if I open up my one shot thing just here, there we go. So I guess I'm going to rename this to call it Act 1 Orchidea. And then Act 2 is going to be Merreport. I suppose actually Act 1.5 Combat. Act 2 is going to be Merreport. Act 3 Wizard Tower, whatever. Act 4 would be the fungal woods. Act 5 would be the Ribbit Dojo. Act 6, return to wizard. And then Act 7 is return to Orchidia. So those are the 7 acts. So really, maybe this isn't a one-shot. Maybe we're writing actually a two stream story. Because one thing, so there was a few things that people gave me as feedback on my Daggerheart GMing before. One of them was to never speak on behalf of the players. Like, it's a bit of a faux pas in general, and also like I totally understood what people were saying. It's the player's only interaction with this world and agency is what their character says and does. So I should more lean into pointing out what the player sees and prompting them in that way versus actually speaking on their behalf. I didn't do an entire monologues on characters' behalf, but I said like the occasional thing. But I sort of was only doing that as a means of kind of like transitioning them into the next bit of narrative. But I can definitely like step back from doing that in the way that I had. So like that was a really good piece of feedback. And then obviously the other one was people saying that they felt as though it went quite quickly. But the reason for that is because we didn't know if we were going to like Daggerheart. We didn't know if we were going to enjoy it. So if the players weren't super feeling it, I didn't want to leave the audience on a cliffhanger of us not finishing it off. And for the players, they didn't feel as though they would have to commit to a second stream if they didn't enjoy the first one very much. So for future stuff, it should be fine. Like, I mean, especially with like the back and fork group. So with Gracie Cherry and Owen and Ren, we can do stuff real slow. We can stay in those conversations. We can inhabit those spaces. But I was very mindful that I just wanted to do it all in one sitting and without it taking like 7 hours. You know what I mean? So there was a briskness to it, which wasn't, I don't think, you know, me rushing as a GM or anything. It was more just doing it because I was mindful of the time that we had. Daggerheart's a tabletop RPG. Yeah, it is. Yeah, so it's very much in the same vein as Dungeons and Dragons, Pathfinder, all that sort of stuff. But it's got more of a leaning into storytelling and less to do with number crunching. It makes the dice rolls a bit quicker to calculate. Combat is a lot more free moving, so there isn't initiative order. It basically just bounces back and forth between the GM and the players when the players roll with fear or they fail a roll, even if they roll with something called hope. And there's just loads of room for like fun storytelling, basically. Did I pick up that quest? Is nothing cooking? Oh, that's because there's nothing in there to cook. My bad. That's good. That's good. Do I have any more? Let me just run out here real quick. More copper. There you go. This actually isn't as much copper as I thought I had. I thought I had way more than this. I probably do still have some over in my post office base, but we'll see. We can grab these ones, see what we get given, and play it out from there. What's annoying is copper doesn't oxidize in this world. So vines don't grow, copper doesn't oxidize. Whatever is placed exists just like that. You know what I mean? Like it exists as is. So that's something I need to be mindful of. I'd happily just fill the dungeon with copper, let it all oxidize, and then shave off little bits of copper, but with the axe, but it's not going to work. Yeah, random tick speeds off. Yeah, it's because people have very specific builds that they've made in this survival, or I say survival, in this RPG world. So the premise of the SMP is that we started off with this town just here and this town just here, but aside from that, everything else that you see on the map is player built. And we have things like dungeons, which are player built as well. And we have a bunch of other stuff, where basically certain places have shops or they have interactions that will allow you to get certain materials a lot quicker. So for example, what I'm doing here over at the copper mines, which actually did come with the base world initially, is this little fella's got a quest and has smelt 64 raw copper, which is what I'm doing in the blast furnaces there. And then the quest reward is a chest. And inside of that chest, there's basically going to be a random assortment of copper things. So trapdoors, doors, blocks, grates, all that sort of stuff. And it's just a quicker way of doing all of that, which is good. So the idea is that we're slowly populating the world with cool places to roam, but also it's essentially making farms that aren't like Minecraft mechanic specific farms. Does that make sense? Tick speed is on in the resource world. It is, yeah. I'm just trying to avoid having to just sit and wait. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what we're avoiding at the moment. So with this then, so I've got, where is it? Act 1. So this is a piece of text that I was writing, so I'll leave that in italics for now. So the bullet points of Act 1 of the Misadventures story is going to be, well, there's a few ways we can go about it. It could be, because I'm assuming that the players will want to play not themselves. I like the idea that they are new characters coming fresh into these lands. And then I think it would be really cute to name drop a few players in and around the situation. So for example, one of them that I thought would be fun to say is talking about like me going past on my big rat, which is strange to people coming to the lands for the first time, or seeing Jojo just using a trident to riptide down the river, riptide down the rivers and streams. And they like, you know, Jojo flings over the players' heads as they're roaming around places. So I want to put in like those nice little Easter eggs of our actual characters from the SMP, you know, us ourselves. And then, you know, have them create new characters. And what's nice is they could just take a character from the quick start adventure and just simply rename it. If they like the general build and the loadout of a character from the quick start, then they can totally go for that. Come on, dude. There you go. Nice. How much copper we got left to smelt? That will just about finish the quest, won't it? Because it's 64 we need to do, so we'll do that. So much copper, dude. Have you played Blood on the Clock Tower? I haven't, no. Which, being in the Yogscast network, probably sounds odd, but yeah. Is the plan to bring on guests in the future for like guest quest? I don't think so, no. So the Dagger Heart thing is just going to be run strictly offline. Like we won't be on the server when playing that. Although there is a potential we could do that. I don't know. I think for simplicity's sake, I'll probably run it just like any other tabletop RPG. Maybe I could bring in screenshots from these locations, or I can take like shots of the map and stuff. You know what I mean? Like from like these areas. Because I'm imagining that like Act 4, when they go through these fungal woods, trying to get to this dojo over here, I imagine them taking the long path round and doing that. There could even be two encounters. They could have a fork in the road. Going to the right, they hit the Rot Lord, or whatever it's called. And going to the left, they hit like some kind of creaking encounter. And both of them fork the road, so they end up coming to here. Meaning that if I run it separately with different people or different groups, then that could work out. That could be really nice. Anyway, Martin, why didn't you go bloodlust mode yesterday on Jojo? Because I don't care about getting Jojo's head. And also, I like seeing people squirm and struggle. So if Cam's on the receiving end of that, that's a good time for me, dude. There we go. Let's see how much more of this quest we can get in. Do we have enough for 64? Don't think so. We quadruple check. I've not got any more copper in here. Okay, no more copper in there. In my other shulker box, maybe? No more copper in there. Okay, fair. I could run into the resource world quickly. Maybe what I'll do is I'll let this final lot cook. So if I go like that. And that'll be that. Good. And I can jump into the resource world. I can maybe open the chest there as well. Although, at the minute, I don't have a ton of storage space. Because that's 24 slots, 22... So it's probably best that I actually don't open those at the minute. I can save those until I get home. Just going to wait for those to cook. There's only 8 of them left. Then maybe we'll dip in the resource world for a minute. You can see what the players think about that. Ask if they want an interactive experience in the world, or just like how you did with the Back and Fork crew. Yeah, that's true. I guess I would have to figure out distances. We'd have to decide what the distance is per square thing. You know what I mean? Like, I think Minecraft often operates on like a one block is 1 square meter or something, right? So we could do it in feet instead, and we could say, like, you know, from here to probably like what 4 blocks away is considered melee range. A bit further is very close, then far. So we could break down the numbers. I think what I would need is I would need some form of, like, I guess I'd need some form of admin capability to be able to put down, say, armor stands, just as like a thing to use. If you do it in World, I can see you getting even more distracted. Potentially, yeah. I mean, I won't need to build anything new to do it in there. But yeah, I'm not sure. Right, let's go to the resource road real quick. Let's convert these into blocks. So just copper blocks. That's it. Any more? No, that's it. That's all those. Good. That has massively condensed the inventory. Sick. Let's chuck in everything like that. All the copper goes in. Actually, wait. Bloop. Bloop. Where's the other one? I'm pretty sure the other one had loads more in. Yeah, there you go. Nice. Okay. Chuck all that into there as well. Good. Let's see. I'll do it here. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. Oh, no. Wait. Oh, that does work. Oh, thank God. Oxidized copper. Perfect. Okay, good. That is exactly what I want. Oh, my God. There's loads of it. Oh, my God. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, my God. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I was really hoping that I'd get a lot of... And look, copper grates as well. Yep, good. This is exactly what I was hoping for. I was hoping I would get a decent chunk of oxidized copper. Because then that just saves the waiting game. Bingo. Can you not? It'd be great if you could not. You could choose to not do these things. Okay, so that's good. Do need a lot more, though. Like a ton more. So let us drop that for a second. Where's the other one gone? Let's just see what I can do here first. Don't need those chests anymore. They're gone. Nice. What else we get? Decorative copper golems. I'm sure we can slap some of those in there. Why not? The oxidized copper, though, and the trapdoors are the biggest clutch here. They're really good. And even the weathered copper trapdoors as well. They're not waxed, but it's a decent effort. So let's go to the overworld. What I can do, actually, before I run home to go grab more copper ore, is I can run over to Avid's and see what we can get in terms of honeycomb. Because I'm pretty sure that's Avid's whole thing, right? Is Avid's got a whole honeycomb farm thing. People have been spoiling the vampires. I mean, don't worry. I've not seen any spoilers just yet, so it's fine. Might need Sun God's help with that. Commands to spawn stuff in locations. Also any NPCs like the wizard and the frog. Yeah, it just feels like it's probably too much to ask of the admins for something that can fully exist in its own space. You know what I mean? I think the benefit we have of Misadventures is the players know the spaces, so it'll be a lot easier for them to imagine themselves in there. Like, one thing I would probably do is when they go to Merriport looking for information on where to find this wizard, is maybe they will have a chinwag with somebody either... Like, there are so many different taverns and pubs in Merriport. They could choose to go to any one of them. They could go into the one that the Iron Golem serves in, or they can go into the Wild Rose Tavern. They could speak to people in the market. They could inspect people down on the dock. Like, we already have a lot of locations there that they can go and have a conversation around. So it's cool. Sorry for the off topic. And do you have a beard care routine? A beard care routine? You know what? I don't. Like, genuinely, the only thing I have is like a boar bristle brush or whatever it's called. I was advised on getting one of those by the fella who does my beard. He said that my beard in general is like in really good nick. Like, he was saying he was actually quite jealous of it. And yeah, that's just kind of it, honestly. The one thing he did say actually was he wanted me to get a beard moisturizer as opposed to beard oils, because he was like, well, oil is just like a breeding ground for bacteria and things. Like, it doesn't particularly soak in. Like, yeah, it'll make it smell nice, but it was like a moisturizer is designed to be absorbed. And I was like, yeah, you know what? That makes sense. And also, I found after he's put moisturizer in, by the time I get home, it's dry as. It's only like a 10-minute drive or something. Like, it's pretty good. I think I still have my illegal bee operation in the loft in Merriport. So I should probably go and check on that. But at least that's a decent chunk of honeycomb I've got on there. I've got like maybe a little over maybe not quite a stack. Not miles off though. I could have sworn we used to be able to get inside of this, but maybe not.
Stream could always use more subscribers.
Okay, so we got some of that. That's good. We'll pop back outside and we will go and head to Merriport. A lot of people have bald spots in their beard. You're so lucky. Well, I have a bald spot under here. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, actually. Can you see? I'll have to tilt my head really far back. But it's like here somewhere. I don't know. But, I mean, it's like on the underside. But luckily, that's not an angle anybody ever looks at. And also, when the beard grows, it just covers that anyway. Like, it covers that spot. So, yeah. So I have a bald spot in probably the most ideal location. I think even if it was closer into the crease of the neck, you would still see that quite a lot. But having it at the front and just under like the ridge, it's kind of the best place to have it. Because it's so easy to do that. Like you just can't see it, which is great. What happened to make it a bald spot? Nothing. It's just how my hair grows. Just how it grows. Amzi Star, thank you very much for the brand new sub, dude. Welcome along. We've also got the Blazing Wolf, 17 months on Twitch as well. Thank you. And also Benar 2410 with a 71-month Prime resub. Welcome back. Will you ever shave your beard? I don't know. Like, I kind of grew it out just to see what it would look like. And I was like, oh, actually, this is kind of cool. And, like, it was hiding my double chin that had come into existence. And I was like, you know what? Pretty good. Might keep it. But then now I've gotten so used to having it that I think even, you know, with me now going back to the gym, when I do inevitably lose weight and get slim again or slimmer again, I don't know if I want to get rid of the beard. Like, I quite enjoy having one. It's so much easier to have a beard than to not have one. Keeping on top of trying to stop stubble and, you know, face fluff and stuff like that is like so much harder than just having a beard that exists. You know what I mean? Like it's, yeah, I don't know. What was I coming this way for? Oh, I was going to check my bees in the roof of here. Babyface face is so much worse in my opinion. Well, I'm of the mindset, like babyface isn't terrible, but I am mindful that like, for me, it could be like a huge benefit. It could literally be a case of I lose a load of weight and then I shave my face and I will probably look like I de-age by like a good few years. Maybe not like 10 years, but you know, I would look like I would de-age. God, look at this apartment, dude. Such a cool little place. I miss it. A gift from Fisher Cass. Have I opened that before? I must have. Home sweet home, dude. Our very first little base. Ooh, tadpoles. Take those. Fortune 3, decent. Fortune 3 and Unbreaking 3. Damn. I'll bring that with me. Christ. What else we got? Lure 2, Necromancy 4. I'll take that with me, actually. Bring that with me as well. Just sort of seeing what we had on offer in here. There is that one there as well, isn't there? Blight 4. Oh, I'll bring that. Oh, Azalea leaves. I need those for the build. I think aside from that, we're good. Nice. Right. I'll leave one door open. What else was I going to do here? So I've done Avids. Oh, I was going to also go back just to the post office for a moment to see how we are looking on... how we're looking on the honeycomb front. See how that goes. Synth music back again, please. Especially since that picture from before, everyone thought you were like 15 when you were like in your 20s, right? Yup. I was a good 20, 21, something like that, and I literally looked like 14. It is no wonder to me why I was single for so long. Like I just looked so young, and I think there was like a level of immaturity, not in that like I would laugh at like fart jokes or whatever, but I wasn't as outgoing as other people my age, so I must have just seemed so like, I don't know, just young, and just I can see why somebody wouldn't want to date someone like that. It would just feel odd. Do we have more copper? We got more copper ore. It's good to know. What am I doing here? Honeycomb is what I was looking for. I think I might have already grabbed it all. Yeah, it was from the food chest previously. That's fine. I think for now then, let's toddle down to the... In fact, bring this copper with me as well. Hold on. Let me do this. What we got? Yeah, that works. That frees up a slot. I was going to say, let's bring this copper ore with me to smelt. Oh, can I make it into a block? That might just save me a lot of time. Yeah, that makes life easier, doesn't it? Does that actually save me any slots? I kind of think it should. Oh, oh my God, I've got so many blocks of copper. Oh my God. Okay, I've got tons. I've got an insane amount. Okay, that changes things. We can probably go back and get way more of the quest. Should we just go do that? Or shall we go and place a couple pieces of copper, then go back there? I like the idea of that. I like the idea of doing that. Because I'm pretty sure I've got a resource world teleport that's not miles away from there. So let's do that. It's so cool that you're doing a one-shot. I remember making D&D characters and classes based on Empire's characters a few years ago. I mean, that in itself would be pretty cool. To bring people from Empires into the world of Misadventures. That would be fun. Especially even if just people brought themselves in. Like, even if they're in both SMPs. Like, if they just played their Empires versions of themselves. That would be pretty sick. I'd like to see that. So I have access to all this area here, by the way. So I want to make some kind of randomized assortment of tunnels for people to have to swim through in order to get into this dungeon. I say dungeon. I guess it is a dungeon, right? Like, a dungeon doesn't have to be a sprawling labyrinth in order to be a dungeon. Like, a dungeon can be one room. So, like, why not? Right then. Copper blocks, copper blocks, copper blocks. Let's start with this kind of stuff here. So we've got, like, weathered and all that sort of stuff. All of these are going to be waxed as well. So what I'll do is I'll put on easy place mode. We'll place that down. And then that one doesn't need to be waxed because it's never going to change state. And then what I can do here now is I can go turn off that. I can go 1, 2, 3. And I can go 1, 2, 3. Then I can go 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Good. That's what we want. Let's go for that one there. And then we'll go around. We'll go around and see what else is necessary. I won't do any of the stair alternatives right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. That is a regular one. Oh no, wait. I guess I don't need to wax anything here, do I? Why am I worrying about that? Because stuff doesn't oxidize here. So I can just place it and then just do that. So honeycomb's not going to be an issue for us. That's really good. I didn't even think about that part of the process. Fantastic. Okay, cool. Sure, place that there. And then we need trapdoor. Do I have one of those? Let me try that. I don't. Okay, yeah, wait, hold on. Didn't think about that. So let me do this and this. Let's pop away some stuff real quick. Let's just drop that down for a moment. Okay, cool. So let's drop this into here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm basically just going to set myself up so everything is working as intended. Shulker, blocks of coal. Keep that there. Right, let's do that there. Cool. And then we're going to grab that. Just check what's inside of each of these. Grab you. Don't need you. Where's the one that has all the copper? I suppose that's already in my inventory, isn't it? Okay, cool. Nice. Excuse me. What we got? Any copper blocks around here? Yeah, look, here we go. So I suppose really what I need to just do is just get the oxidized ones and just start going to town on them. You know what I mean? Although maybe for these ones that are one level, let's do that. Let's work on the closer to weathered or fully oxidized rather than anything else. So anything that has a green hue to it, we should work on that, because then we can just do the sitting and waiting for these kinds of blocks. Does that make sense? I think that's going to be the better way to operate this. So we've got that one there. Let's go up a bit. So yeah, so anything that's green, we place. So this, for example, will go in. That'll be placed. That'll do. And then, do I have any lichen on me? I do. Nice. This is going to be a little bit fiddly, chat. I'll be real with you, but we'll see how it goes. Are those just regular copper blocks there? I want to say they are. Can't see past the leaves, which is the annoying thing. Oh, I think that was red sandstone. What's that one there? That's a waxed copper block. So that's just a regular one. So go there. No, that's not. What the? I want a waxed copper block. Go down a second. There you go. Nice. What else do we have? Another waxed copper block. And then what's that one just there? That's also a copper block as well. Okay, cool. So pop those there. Good. That's that one done. Easy place and pop some lichen in. So we need a cut, slightly weathered one. The rest of those are cut ones. What's in the middle there? Oh, that's a red sandstone. Okay, that's fine. Oh, do I not have that? One of these must have the mossy cobble walls. Double check. Which one's got the mossy cobble walls? Waxed copper grey. Oxidized copper grey. Mossy cobble. Oh, that's cobblestone wall. Mossy stone brick wall. Cool. All right, we'll take that one as well. All right, cool. Pop this back on. Easy place mode. Boop. Got it. Sweet. Then what's above you? Sure. That'll do. Nice. All right. So we need just more copper blocks. They don't need to be waxed, so I think that's going to be fine. Which one's got the copper in? That one. Let's just pull out a few of these. Pull out the copper grates. And that'll be good. This is going to be a bit fiddly, chat. And probably not super fun to watch, but it is what it is. I could always... Do I just wax them just so the bloody silhouette actually looks alright? Maybe I should. It's fine. Alright, so you are slightly weathered. Oh, I didn't make the lightning rods, did I? Let me do that real quick. The lightning rods I needed 13 if memory serves correctly, so just pull out a bunch of those. Pretty sure it was 13 we needed, so we'll take that. Do that. Sweet. Alright, nice. This one's going to be the tricky one, just because you've got to place them at the right angle, haven't you? So that's fine. We'll worry about that in a second. So let's have a look at this wall. So those are all slightly weathered. What's that one? Oh, that one's a regular block as well, actually. So let me do that real quick. Boop. I'll wax it. There you go, nice. Is that one just a copper trapdoor? Oh, that's a regular copper trapdoor. I'm sure I've got that. No, maybe not. Waxed copper trapdoor? I'll take it. Oh, turn off easy place. That'll do. That's just saying the orientation's wrong. Don't care about that. Nice. I need one more. Oops. Copper trapdoor is, I'm assuming that. It's that one. That's the one. That's the ticket. Boop. Sweet. That'll do. Oh, you're another one. Are you waxed? I'm assuming. Pop you in there just so the easy place will take it. Nice. Weathered, or exposed. Sorry. And then what we got? We got stairs on top of those. Yeah, stairs. Chains. Ooh, where are my chains at? I think I did have chains. Chains is one of these chests over here. Let's see. Chains, there they are. Got them. So the chain should go there. Not like that though. Try again. Try again. So that's better. Cool. And I don't know which way you place the lightning rod to make that happen. Yeah, like that. Okay, cool. Sweet. What's behind there? Oh, that is just another copper trapdoor. Sweet. I'll wax it just to make the blueprint happy. Sweet. Nice. What we got? Some lichen there. Can do that. Some lichen. Oh, that's... Do I have any more? I do have more. Go on then. Oh, wait. What is that? Is that weathered? It's not weathered yet. Okay. So if I do that and then I wax it. There you go. That should then be happy. Oh, is it not? Oh, it was just regular. Okay, cool. That's a good note to sell for the future. I was waxing everything, worrying that I would have to do all of that, but turns out that's not the case, which is great. So I've got copper grates there. Oh, it's because these are waxed. Blah, 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 blah. All right, just do that with all of those. Do it for those two as well. But yeah, in the future, if I'm making it in creative mode, don't need to wax them. It's a good force of habit in a regular survival world, but not necessary here. Sweet. All good. Nice. Cool. All right. What else we got? Whoops. Sure, we've got something going on here. Yeah, it's gonna be real fiddly and annoying. I'll tell you what I do have now. I've got the roots. Well, I say the roots, the mangrove roots. Where were they? The muddy mangrove. Muddy mangrove roots, that's the one. Hello, friend. It would be good to place these. So let's get right the way up there. We'll quickly grab the scaffolding as well. Let me just chuck some stuff away in shulker boxes because it's getting a bit full here. There you go. Just chuck in any copper for now. Just to free up that inventory space a bit. Alright, cool. Alright, so muddy mangrove roots, here you are. Whew. Nice. Alright, so easy place. Gotcha. Oh, there's lichen that needs to go there. Nice. Where do you get hanging roots from? Are they on the underside of azalea, like, biomes? Is that where you would find them, like beneath the tree? I think that's where they're from. I could be wrong though. Nice. Where's the next mangrovey bit? There's still another one to go there. Did I get the spruce leaves in the end? I could have sworn I had. Let's see. You can get roots from rooted dirt. You can bone meal it, but need a space underneath. Okay, good to know. We can do that. I don't think I need a ton of those, so we should be fine. Exposed copper grate. How are we going to do that? What we got over here? I still feel like I just don't have much. I think I got into this thing last time of not doing this in quite the correct way, and it made everything feel like it took a lot longer. So I'm wondering whether it is better for me to just try and tick off the list, because then I can just come in here and right click like crazy. Should we do that? I feel like that might be worthwhile doing, which means we might need to go and oxidize some copper, or we can try and risk it again with the whole smelting situation. I'm not sure. What's the recipe for like copper grates? How do you make those? Is that by putting in a block of copper into one of these? Is that how that works? It is. That's how you do it. Okay. Oh, you get 1 for 4. Damn. Sure. I mean, I tell you what would be cool is if we had a custom enchantment on the server that lets you, if it's on the axe and you right click, or I don't know, maybe not even an axe, maybe a pickaxe, I don't know. But it would be cool to be able to basically just force a piece of copper to like oxidize. Or if you submerge it in water, each time it comes into fresh contact with water, then it like oxidizes immediately. Does that make sense? I feel like that would be pretty cool. Waxed oxidized copper. What else we got? Oh, that is not what I was trying to do. Whoops. Guess it's hard to actually... Oh, God. This is the thing, is I can't tell what's real and what's not sometimes when I do this. It's bloody impossible. No. No. Jesus Christ. I don't even know where that block's gone. Or like a wand. I suppose that would almost be like a debug stick, right? That'd be a note what's happening there. Oops. All right. Got it. All right, nice. So how does it work with like getting, say, cut copper stairs? How do you do that? Oh, they just exist like that. Oh, it's like a 1-for-4 situation. No way. Oh, is it? Do they need to be waxed? Oh, that's what I'm getting from this. All right, sure. Of course, that's the wrong orientation. Because why would it be correct? What's that one? That's just a regular oxidized block, isn't it? I've got some cuts. Can you... surely not. I was about to say, can you undo the process, but I doubt it. I don't think I could take cut blocks and then uncut them, could I? You can't then smooth them out again. No, I don't think so. But what I could do is I could maybe just spice it up and just throw some in where they're not meant to be. I'm not totally against that. It doesn't need to be exactly 1-to-1 with what we've got here. Like, that could just be that. That needs to be... I mean, I suppose we can then just put the blocks of coal there. I might just need to ask Lizzie to push that out by another block. That's fine. Let's put that there. That's all good. Sure. Sure. Let's do that. Let's see. So let's see if we can make some of the... I don't know what to do. I feel like I get really stun locked, and I'm not 100% sure what to do sometimes when building with a schematic. Like, a schematic obviously is super helpful, but at the same time, it's so specific and fiddly. I guess I just need to make sure that I'm just making exactly what I need and just be really, really anal about it. So how many is it I need? I need 29 of those. There you go, that's 30. Right, cool. Yeah, it's all of that. That's going to be the issue, isn't it? So at least we got those in. I think we've got 3 more to put over here as well. Oh, maybe that's different height. Let's get the cut copper for some of those smaller pipes. It's easy place on. Is this all done? So why won't they place? That's waxed weathered. Oh, that's because they're weathered. Oh wait, hold on then. So if I get, oh god, oh this I'm I'm getting stuck. I'm getting stuck. Right. You're saying I still need another 14 roots. Is it because my roots are in another shulker box? I feel like I'm getting... I'm not making progress. I'm just sort of stood here like floundering a bit, which I don't enjoy. So let's figure this out. Let's figure this out. Right, what has spaces in it in a minute? Not a lot has spaces in. Okay, so let's just put in anything that we can at the minute into there. I think I just need to be really on the nose with it, with what I have and what I need. You know what I mean? Let's maybe just do that. Let's maybe just do that. So we need 80 exposed copper grates. I think the issue for this is that I've just kind of got to wait, which is the annoying thing. We could probably go and cook more of the copper that we had. Because where were those copper blocks that I grabbed? I got 14 copper ore blocks, but I swear I had even more than that. Oh, maybe I don't. I just want this bloody dungeon done, man. I really wanted it done today. So what are those copper grates there? Are they just fully exposed? Waxed oxidized copper grate. Okay, so hold on, wait. If I go... Right, that's what they are. Okay. Okay. And then that would be those two there. Right, okay, fine. Gotcha. Is this Misadventures? It is indeed. It is indeed. Okay, I'm gonna bring you with me. What else do I need? Don't think I need any of that. Oh, I should tell you what, I'll bring 1 stack of bones just for making bone meal to get the roots potentially. And we'll leave the rest like that. Do we maybe just go to the resource world and try and get some of this copper oxidizing? What happens if I do overworld telly at the minute? That does put me back here. Okay, cool. Maybe we do a mixture. We'll do a mixture. How am I doing for... Do you need any help? I'm going to copy paste that. Okay, so that quest is apparently just ticking away at the minute. Right, let's get some copper smelting. Hold on. So that's copper there. That's copper ore. That's not going to work. Blocks of coal. Where's the other copper? Hey, Z the cat lady. Welcome back. Hold on a second. Let me give you a cheeky... Aha! Thank you very much for resubbing. Welcome back. There it is. That's the one I was looking for. I was looking for that one just there. Just got these bad boys in. Right. Let's get this all cooking. This might just save me a lot of time if I do it this way. That's fine. Do that for a second. $17, and that. Cool. Right. Let's just do that. We'll burn through all of our copper reserves, and then we'll worry about everything else. Do you have shears on hand? I do, yeah. For getting the roots. Right, let's have a look. Misadventures one shot. So there's a few routes that I want to go down with this. So part of it depends on whether the players are going to play themselves or if they're going to play new characters coming to the land of Misadventures, which is I think what I will push for. And I didn't do it last time, but this time I do want to open on a generic tavern. And the idea being that they have their first night in the tavern. I say that they've come here because they've read about things in the Misinformer, and that there's the bounty that the mayor of Maryport, Lizzie, has put out for people. And then as they are about to leave the tavern, they hear screaming from outside. They go out and they have their first combat encounter, which is with which is going to be with the elementals. Trying it. There we go. So that's kind of how I want it to begin. So I suppose that's fine. I guess what I need to do is I need to build out a combat scenario for them. So if I go to freshcutgrass.app, edit encounter, manage, let's delete those ones. And we will make a fresh encounter. So elemental. And we'll have a little look at those in a moment. Oh, Lizzie's on. Oh, this is in admin mode. Anybody else on Misadventures? No, just me, and as of about 3 seconds ago, Lizzie is as well. Hey, yo. So yeah, let's figure out how we're going to populate this combat scenario. Let's have a look. I mean, I could always pull out the book. Let's get the book, dude. There we go. So all the players are going to be level 1, so they can only be tier 1 enemies that they can... Which encounter is first again? So their first encounter is going to be with... some kind of like water elemental, which is also going to be one of the mobs in the final battle as well. So if I go through the book here and I go to tier 1 enemies, we'll see what we've got available. Tier 1 adversaries. Here we go. And the thing is they don't have to be tier 1. I suppose I can have a tier 1 enemy and then scale them back. Although I might need some assistance on how to best do that. That's okay, chat. If anybody wants to come in clutch with the assist there. Let me just start this quest again. Hold on. Do you need any help? Oh, try again. Nice. Bam. Got it. Let's have a look. I love that giant rats is actually an adversary on here.
Stream could always use more subscribers.
I could even potentially put a giant rat in as an enemy. It could be that the giant rat has just watched its owner die and it turns on you and thinks that you're also going to try and do something to it. That could be fun. So the giant rat's only got a difficulty of 10. It only has 1 HP and it only has 1 stress. Its attack is -4, but it is a minion. The rat is defeated when they take any damage. For every 3 damage a PC deals to the rat, defeat an additional minion within range. So it doesn't sound quite like the mounts that we have in Misadventures. I might have to buff that up a little bit. I think that's the thing. I almost probably will have to do a lot of I would have to do a lot of kind of homebrew. Or I mean, like here we've got like, say, a direwolf. I could just rebrand a direwolf as a mount rat from Merriport. You know what I mean? Let's have a look. I'm just looking through the various things that are available. There's a group in this called the Jagged Knife. So Jagged Knife, Hexer, Kneebreaker, Lackey, Lieutenant. I like the idea that they might be the... You know the guys that like sit under the dock in Merriport? I can't remember what their group is called again. But that could be that faction just renamed in the future. There we go. Oh, where's Jubble Rock? Jubble. Jubble, Jubble, Jubble. There it is. Thank you, birdie. Keep it going. Green Ooze might be a shout. I feel like Green Ooze could be quite easily rebranded. And there's Green Ooze and there's tiny ones as well. I'm just like looking through the book here, the rule book. There's nothing else cooking. Oh, no, it is. Cooking, cooking, cooking. Nice. 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 Excuse me. That's it. The Scarlet Veil. That's what they're called in Misadventures, aren't they? There's a swarm of rats you could use instead of giant rat. Swarm of rats. Let's have a look. A skittering mass of ordinary rodents. Horde. When the swarm has marked half or more of their HP, their standard attacks deal 1d4. Again, it's numerous, isn't it? I suppose what I need to figure out is which mob I'm going to be recontextualizing to be the water elementals in the final fight. You know what I mean? I mean, maybe there's a thing for it. So, I mean, looking at this, they've got Spark Elemental, Greater Earth Elemental. There is a Water Elemental. That's a tier 3, though. Because if I tick tier 1... Okay, here we go. Is that still cooking? Oh, I see. It's because it's full. That's why it's not ticking up anymore. I was wondering why that wasn't moving up on the quest. This is what I'm looking at currently. So this little thingy here, which we're not getting distracted, chat. We're actually doing 2 jobs at the same time. We're having this quest tick up and we're building out combat scenarios. A minor chaos elemental. Arcane form, resistant to magic damage, sickening flux, marker HP to force all targets within close range to marker stress and become vulnerable until their next rest. That's quite a lot though, until the next rest. I don't have to use these moves, realistically. When the elemental takes damage from attack within close range, deal an amount of damage to the attacker equal to half the damage they dealt. Is there a slime you could make blue? I don't think the word slime exists. You've got the ooze. There's ooze available. So that could be a choice. It sounds so much like D&D. Yeah, it's a very similar system. Very similar system. They've just changed some of the ways in which the gameplay kind of unravels to have a bit more storytelling prowess. Where's he gone? There he is. I always know he's somewhat within range. We've got another 4 of those chests, which is good. We've got so much more copper left to smelt, though.
Stream could always
So I might need to quickly step over here to populate this. Where is it? Just actually free up the inventory space. There we go, nice. Got it. Chic Gamer Tag. Hello. Thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome back. 2nd month in a row. Lovely jubbly. Oh, excuse me. Right, give me 2 seconds. Do I need to run an ad break? I do. I've not run one in a while. Let me run one of those real quick. Nice. I'm going to change the music as well. Let's go for funk. What other subgenres have they got? Is there a genre button at the bottom? Maybe it's on the home page. Home page, genre, music. Greater water elemental seems to be your best bet. Just have to scale it down. Yeah, we can try that. Genres.
Stream could always use more.
Let's just try this. Ooh, okay, cool. So what was it called? The Greater Water Elemental. What is it? Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 3. Okay, let's have a look. We'll check that out in a second. Boom, come on. No, where is he? You over here? There you go. You can't go too far. Nice. Got him. We might actually need more coals soon. That one's actually not even got anything to cook. That one we caught just at the last moment. Good. Okay, let's have a look. So, let's see. Difficulty 17. Yes, that needs to be scaled back like crazy. I mean, is it possible? Oh, wait. Oh, my God. You could just do it. You could just press the buttons on here. That's fantastic. You could just literally scale it down with a button press. Oh, yes. Love that. Love that. Good. That's really good. That's super helpful. Yeah, I guess if I keep the players in, so these are the players. So how many of these would you add? Like maybe like 3? 3 out of 15 still says very easy. Then if we were to add in a rat, a giant rat, so that's a minion. Oh, I love this. So you can just basically just choose any of them and just like go for it. swarm of rats, horde, minion. I suppose that's the thing I need to learn, is how to like balance things. So this is based on building balanced encounters from the Daggerheart SRD. Instead of adding points to make it an easy fight or hard fight, it tells you the difficulty based on the point difference. The rule is +1 if you choose an adversary from a lower tier is omitted. Adversary tier has no effect on the battle points calculation. The rule -2 if you add 1d4 to all adversaries is omitted. Okay. Oh, hold on a minute. Do you need any help? There you go, drop a rock. Bam. 6 chests, this is good. Give me a second. Pop in another 10 to there. Pop in a handful to there. Pop in the rest to there. Nice, that is all of our copper in the world going to be gone soon enough. Hopefully this works out for us. I have a question because I don't tune into Rats SMP or Misadventures because of this confusion. What's the difference between the stream/VODs of Misadventures and the shortened YouTube videos? I mean, to be honest, typically the shortened YouTube videos tends to be all original content on there. It's not often I will pull stuff from the live stream to put into those videos. Unless it's a particularly good moment or something really like that is part of the narrative of the video, but I tend to treat the videos as their own substance and the streams as their own thing. Occasionally, stuff from the stream will sneak into a video, but the videos and streams are separate. Whereas with Rats, everything in the Rats videos was derived from live streams, but the YouTube videos for Rats just had tighter narrative to them. So that was me kind of doing consistent storytelling through those. It wasn't really much like an SMP build showcasey type thing. There was always something happening. There was always something progressing the story. So yeah, maybe you can try a bear. Let's try a bear. A bear, a bruiser. I like that. 1d8 +3 physical damage. Ambusher, keen sensors, an experience with +3. Stop it. Bite. Yeah, that's a good shout. Momentum, when the bear makes a successful attack against the PC, you gain a fear. Ooh, I like that. Let's add that in. Okay, not bad. Oh, are we not cooking at the minute? Are we out of quest time? Oh, we're full on all of those. Of course we are. Yeah, I like the idea of the bear. I mean, would adding 2 bears make the balance encounter? That's not bad. What about 3 bears? So according to that, if we had 3 bears, aka rats, which I think you can actually rename them. Rat mount. Rat mount. Rat mount. You can actually do that. Oh, of course, it actually like names them. That's pretty cool on there as well. But yeah, we can like this. The thing is, we can do the storytelling in any which way we want. I don't think I necessarily want that many bears there though, or rats, should I say? I like the idea that like there's a player or there's a person who gets slain by one of these water elementals, and then their rat is fighting to get rid of them and mistakes you for being a foe as well, and it kind of like turns towards the player. I like the idea of that, and they could, if they wanted to, decide to subdue the rat, so basically like deal the damage they need to, but they can decide to hold back and not kill the rat should they so wish. I don't know if I necessarily want 3 of them. Does that make sense? I think maybe these water elementals need something with it, you know what I mean? Maybe they need something leading them. Although they are only supposed to be like a brief introduction to the mobs. And they've got 5 HP, which is a bloody lot. So maybe we don't actually necessarily need to do that. Maybe this battle could be deemed very easy and it would be fine. So maybe we do that. 3 water elementals, 1 rat, and that would be that. I like the idea of that. So edit encounter, manage. Which one is it? 2 adversaries. This one could be called Streets of Orchidea, or Orchidea Fountain. Orchidea fountain. Nice. I think that works. And then they have that combat encounter. They go through all their talky bits, which we can figure out at a later date. And then their next combat encounter is actually going to be with a, what was it? Rot? Is it called Rot Lord or something? Where was the Rot Lord? Maybe I can put in the Lord. No, what was it? I swear it was called Rot Lord, wasn't it? Maybe that was only on Demiplane, potentially. How are we doing on ingots? Let me check. Demiplane. Demiplane only for some reason. I mean, it may just be a case of this fresh cut grass doesn't have access to everything on there. It will probably... It'll get there. Rot Lord. Oh, new quest. Boop. Nice. How much more have we got? We've got 8, 16, 21. So we don't actually have enough to tap this out. Maybe what we'll do for a moment is we'll pick all this up. Maybe if I pop into the resource world real quick, I can open these chests and see what we get first and foremost. 1, 2. Nice. Oh, it's loads of chiseled. Not ideal. Let's organize this. What is empty at the minute? We got any empties? That one's empty. Okay, cool. Right, so let's put all of the stuff we've cooked in there, as well as the bones and stuff. Okay, so that wasn't quite as much as I'd hoped for. Oxidized copper. That's what we're here for. We're here for the oxidized copper. Yep, weathered copper trapdoors. That works for me. Copper grates. I don't really need those. I mean, I'll take it all, but it's just not. It's not everything that I'm after. Annoyingly. I was hoping for a little bit more. Oxidized copper grate. Good. Decent. That's what we'd like. And more copper blocks. So we got a few bits and pieces. It's mostly just the oxidized copper that we're after, like the proper green one. Because from there we can work backwards. That's kind of the gist of what we're after. Overworld. Excuse me. I don't think that'll even be enough to finish the quest, will it? No, it's not. Hold on. Oh, wrong one. I was wanting to take that. Let's go grab a little bit more. Resource world. Jesus Christ. What is this biome today? Bloody hell. Boop. Silk touch on that one there. There we go. This is a big boy. Y'all want powdered snow? Because you're going to get it. Don't need coal anymore. It's just copper we're looking for, right? I feel like copper's been somewhat bountiful down in this sort of biome. Let's see what we can see. I mean, realistically, I should just take coal if it's available. Okay, you do your thing, dude. I'm good. I'm groovy. Right, copper, 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 copper. I just walked past some copper, did I? Oh, damn. I'll find it again in a second. Guys, can we not? Okay. There's iron up there, that's fine. Yeah, I can't really decide what's better. Like, what's more time efficient for me at the minute? Do I just stand there and let the copper oxidize while we do Daggerheart scene building stuff? Or do I keep actively doing the you know what I mean? Like doing the smelting situation. I really can't tell what's working better overall in terms of efficiency. There we go. Because I'm only getting like maybe 8 oxidized copper blocks per 7 or 8 chests. You know what I mean? So I'm just wondering how much more painful that's going to be going forwards. Gosh, what can I get rid of? Copper has a high spawn rate in dripstone biomes. Okay. I mean, can I go down here? Is this going to lead to anything? Oh, there you go. Is he just going to drop in above me? I feel like he might. Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting that we can actually just mine copper down in that spot, don't we? Or can't we, even? I suppose, I feel like the copper deposits here are so strong, though, that, like, I fill this out real quick. Hence the reason I've been coming here to do this. I think half my problem at the minute is I've just got too many bloody copper blocks on me. Overworld, right. Let's get cooking again. Let's leave that going for now. Nice. Yeah, let's find this Rot Lord then. Not characters. How do I need to log in? Where is it? There you go. All right then, Rot Lord. So the Rot Lord is actually what they used in Umbra. So it does feel a little bit derivative to use that, but I mean, it's fine. You know what I mean? Where is it? Because the Rot Lord, like, fit thematically what we were going for here. Adversaries. Rot Lord, here we go. So look, a massive nexus of forest, will and dark magic. Tower of rotting flesh and fungal might seek to increase its mass. So like, it's basically a big boy and it spawns stuff in. I mean, that's a tier 1 one. What's the difference with this one here? What's the difference between them? 9 and 18, HP... Oh, the HP is slightly higher on this one, which I think I would quite like for them to fight a stronger one. Limb slam very close, attack +2, stress 2. You can stress it out real easy. If you can make it mark a stress, then all subsequent stresses will do the trick. Ooh, there we go. Keep ticking away. So the Rot Lord could be an interesting one. I mean, if you can make custom adversaries, let's try punching one of these in. Let's go for the... Oh, open sheet. Do they have stat blocks? Like actual... Oh, they do. Oh, cool. Let's see how we do it then. So if I wanted to make a custom manage homebrew... Oh, you have to log in with Discord. Oh, God. Right, hold on a minute. Let me do that real quick. Fresh cut grass. Name, avatar, banner, access your email address. I mean, that's just checking who I am, isn't it? It doesn't... That authorization seems okay. Homebrew. Right, let's give this a try. So, add new adversary. Okay, empty template, start from scratch. So, Rot Lord. Okay, so standard. So what type is it? It's a bruiser. Bruiser, difficulty 11. Tier 1. Experience, slimy for a +2. Then we've got tags, don't need to worry about that. Don't need to worry about that.
Stream could always use more subscribers.
Like, I can put a description in, but I'm not sure it's necessary. I can just copy paste the description. There you go. Right, so its ability is... damage thresholds actually are 9, 9, 18. Oh, let me get this quest going again. Come on. There you go, got it. Good evening, Martin. How are you? I'm nervous doing my practical test for my driving license. Hope I'm ready for it. I know it sounds silly, but the best thing to do is just relax. Treat it like it's any other lesson that you've had. And, like, just vibe it out. Like, it's... If you fail, you can do it again. But if you're just driving and like, if you find that you drive better, if you've got a little bit of conversation, then request it, because I'm pretty sure you can ask for that. But otherwise, you can just kind of do your thing. Like you can ask for it to be silent. So I'm pretty sure they give you those as an option. So HP is 11. 11 hit points, 2 stress. Cool. Add feature. So it's features actions, isn't it? Yeah. So I'm going to copy these. So horrid smell. Passive. And then if I copy the description like that. There you go. Oh, it even automatically does mark a stress in bold and in italics when you do that. How clever is that? That's so good. Max users per scene doesn't say anything there. Fear cost, it doesn't say. It says that the Rot Lord has to mark a stress. Oh, stress cost. Mark 1 stress. Ah, I see, and then it puts it there. Mark 1 stress. Very cool. Let's add another feature. Oh, accept the quest again. Do you need any help? Bam. What's that? Oh, Mitsui River Songs. Yeah, that's a little over a 10-year resub, which is bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. It's very cool, isn't it? Okay, so then this one is called Envelop. Envelop. And this is a long description. I'm just going to literally just copy paste the hell out of that. Bam. Got it. Make an attack against the target with melee range. On success, Rot Lord envelops and target must mark a stress. While enveloped, target must mark additional stress every time they make an action roll. When the Rot Lord takes severe damage, all enveloped targets are freed. Nice. Okay. So that one doesn't have any additional cost to it. Then you got Funky Backup, which is an action. Spend 1 fear. And then this is copy paste that description. Spend a fear to conjure 2 caustic fungus anywhere within close range. These fungus are immediately spotlighted. So I need to add the caustic fungus in as well. And that one is an action. And then we got a final one, which is a reaction, which is called Fear Spores. And then we copy paste this bad boy to here. Oh, is the quest not going? Oh, it's because they're full. That's why. I think I'm actually spent on my copper somewhat now. There we go. When a creature within close range cannot mark a stress and instead must mark a HP, you gain a fear. Sure. It says when a creature within close range. Interesting. So I suppose that also means for the spores as well. So if I save that, bam. So there's the Rot Lord. So if I was to build encounter, manage, new encounter, this one would be fungal forest, and then we add in Rot Lord. Add 1. There you go. And then what is it we're adding in? We're adding in a caustic fungus. Also doesn't exist separately. Okay, sure. Caustic fungus. We'll have to add this in as another custom one. Homebrew, new. Oh, empty template. Nice. Caustic fungus. We'll do the CR one just to have what they had. Caustic fungus. Difficulty 12. Oh, not 99. Jesus. Tier 1. Minion. Bam. Doesn't have any experiences. Weapon name Slam. Slam melee minus attack modifier minus 2 physical damage. Yeah, that seems to be what it's saying. Major threshold. Oh, it has 0 thresholds. 0 and 0. I guess I just put 1 and 1 and that will take it. HP is also 1. Stress is also 1. Oh, no, wait. Hold on. That's saying attack plus 0. So attack modifier is 0. I might need you to help me read that one, chat. Give me a second. Is that all done now? I think that's done as done can be. All right, fair. Let's pop to the resource world real quick. Let's do a bit of that one will do. Just chuck in that sort of stuff. Let's open up these. Bam, 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 bam. What we got? Ooh, some more cut. Got a couple more weathered bits. Okay, nice. And we got cut and some more oxidized, thank God. Oh, an armor trim. That's something I've not had before on Misadventures. That's my first ever one. Oh, baby. That's exciting. I didn't know we really had those at our disposal. Damn. Okay. That's something fresh. I'll give you that. Let's do this. Chuck it in. Oh, I still have loads more copper to smelt. Yay. Right. Do I have enough coal to do this though? Go back to the overworld. Oh yeah, we've got loads of coal left. Yeah. Loads left. Do we have the quest active at the minute? Quest progress. Yes, we do. Okay, that's popping away. Yeah, so have a look at this, chat. So how do I read this? So it says difficulty 12, threshold none, HP 1, stress 1, and attack is plus 0. So I'm assuming that is you add 0 to an attack roll. And then it says slam is melee minus 2 physical. So I don't get what that means. I don't understand what 2 physical means. Like, it doesn't say about rolling any kind of D8 or anything. Unless it's just a case of you have to spend a fear to activate these things. Let's have a look. Caustic fungus is defeated when they take damage. For every 4 damage they deal to a fungus, an additional 1 within range. Yeah. Targets who successfully hit the fungus attack, or hit by the fungus's attack, must also mark an armor slot without receiving its benefits. Okay. And then group attack. Spend a fear to choose a target and spotlight all caustic fungus within close range of them. Those minions move into melee range of the target and make 1 shared attack roll. On a success, they deal 2 physical damage each. Combine this damage. I'm still not 100% sure I get it. Maybe I need to look at other character stat blocks and see how they read to figure it out. Let me just get this next quest to ding. There we go. Nice. Let's have a look. It's like if I was to pull up another adversary. Archer Guard, for example. Let's have a look at you. Yeah, because look, this says longbow far, slam, melee, minus 2 physical. But it doesn't tell you what to... roll. So yeah, maybe the group attack is the only attack they have. So I suppose because they're minions, they always all attack all at the same time. They deal 2 physical damage each. Combine this damage. But I'm just confused at the minus 2 physical. That's the... Oh, no, wait. Sorry, it's not minus 2 physical. It's 2 physical damage per 1. I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. I'm stupid. Ignore me. I don't know my fruit. Sorry. It's 2 physical damage, not... there's no dice roll with it. Sorry. It all clicked together like last second then. Literally last second. Okay, fine. So the move is called Slam. It is melee range. Damage is just 2. So damage, core slam, melee 2. And then we need to add in all these extra bits. So add feature. Now this says minion 4 passive. So I'm guessing that's minion 4 passive. So maybe if I get rid of that. So minion 4 passive. Oh, that's done again already. Jesus. We'll put some more copper bits in here. Trouble rock, don't you dare. There you go. Excuse me. And then the description for this one is this. Right. That's that one. There's no fear cost for that one, is it? Because it's passive. We've got 2 passives, which is that. This one's also a passive. This one is called corrosive. And then we copy paste this. Bam. And there's nothing there. And then we then have, we've got this one here. And this one is called group attack. That's an action. You spend a fear. Fear cost 1. Spotlight all of them. And then that's that. Cool. So that's that. Save. Short description is too small. Oh. We do short description. Copy paste it. Where's short description? Bam. Nice. Save. Okay. So let's say, for example, you had a Rot Lord. How many small caustic fungus could you add? Let's start with like 4, for example. So it still makes the combat encounter supposedly easy. We'll figure that one out, though. Have we got enough copper to make another... Or maybe just... There might be just enough to get another questing out of this. It spawns caustic fungus through its moves, so it could be alone and you spawn fungus through moves. Yes, yeah, you do. Yeah. We'll look at that in a second. Are they full? Is that why they stopped cooking? I could tell it was on the cusp and then it just sort of stopped all of a sudden. There we go. Right, let's get ready to do... Do you need any help again? Come on. Nice. Got it. Bam. Got another 3 chests here. Sweet. Yeah, so the way that the Rot Lord works, sorry, is it will... it spends 1 fear to conjure 2 of them anywhere within close range, and they are immediately spotlighted. So when that says they're immediately spotlighted, if they're spotlighted and their only action is this one here, I suppose you have to spend 2... No, maybe you don't. Ooh. Maybe I need to watch how the Rot Lord was used in Umbra. Because I would like to think that if they're immediately spotlighted, that you also don't have to spend another fear to then use their thing that says spend a fear. I'm hoping you spend 1 fear to summon them, and then it goes. But I can always watch the Critical Role guys do that to see how that one plays out. So that would be that combat encounter. And then the final one would be the Beneath Orchidia. And for this one, we would need water, greater water elementals. We want to scale them down to level 1. And we want to do something like that to start with. Then we need someone who's going to basically like be the leader of them. I suppose it's the final piece of the puzzle. Let's do this. God. I can't talk today without getting a really dry throat. Boop. 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 For the big bad boss, use Kraken as the template. It has a few of the moves we decided would fit the boss. Oh, did we? Let me check. Let me quickly start this quest again. Give me a second. There you go, 63. Oh, don't do that to me. Don't run out on 1. My quest progress is at 63. No, wait. Didn't I have like a copper ore or something? I did. I've got 2 copper ore just there. Hold on. Where are you? There you are. Come here, you bugger. There you go. Got him. Oh, don't leave just yet. I've not got everything in my inventory. Is that good? Yeah. Overworld. Literally cook those 2. Or even just 1, honestly. 1 is going to do the trick. Right. Done. Finished. Let's go to the overworld. Oh, no. Resource world, sorry. Let's pop down our final chest for now. This is all the copper that I own total. So let's see what we've got. Let's start by doing this. Doing a little bit of that. A little bit of organization. Sweet. Then, let's have a look at what we got. Some more trapdoors. The rest of it kind of don't really need. Not a great one. Not a great effort that time. Damn it. All right, it's fine. Okay, so I've done as much as I can with that. The other option now is to potentially just sit in the resource world and let a bunch of regular copper blocks oxidize, which I'm kind of tempted to do.
Yes to fungus. Hello, Sir Martin.
Should we just go for it?
I just came home from foraging mushrooms. Gonna make some pan-fried mushrooms while watching your amazing stream.
I don't think I can be brave enough to do that.
5/5 on Misadvent linked in tongue.
Right, let's do this. Let's get a bunch of copper blocks and just scatter the hell out of them. What was the rule again? 5 blocks between each of them or something? Was that it? So it was that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it better if they're floating above the ground, by the way? Like, is it better if in all directions there is nothing there? Because if so, we'll probably do that. Doesn't matter. It's just that so long as they're 4 blocks apart. Okay. Let's just flatten out a bunch of this then. Melt this like butter. It's better to have oxidized blocks right next to unoxidized. Okay. What, as in like touching when one's oxidized and one isn't? Is that what you mean? So, bam, 1, 2, 3, 4, 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 bam, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, bam. I mean, I suppose I have some oxidized ones that I could pull out the bag. You know what I mean? Have I got my numbers wrong there? Guys, can we not? Be grand if we didn't. Yeah, I suppose I could pull out my my oxidized ones and make my life a bit easier. 1, 2, 3, 4, pound. Oh, hang on. If that'll quicken the process. Boop. Just deal with these guys first. Hold on. Oh. Got it. All right. Sweet. Oh, pardon me. Right, cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, bam. What we'll do is we'll probably just try and get these all to like max oxidation, whatever the word is, and then play it out from there. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, bam. Because we do need an awful lot. That one do. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bam. Bam. So, do you mind? Got it. Excuse me. loving this music, man. Tell you what I'm excited for, chat. Olivia Dean's new album drops this Friday, my dude. I cannot wait. I'm literally going to go sit in a quiet room and just put the headphones on and just drink that one in. Big time. All right, so that is tons. Tons and tons and tons. Tons and tons and tons. Now, are you saying that this will work better if I oxidize, put oxidized ones next to it, yeah? Which I'm happy to do. I think he just deleted some of my blocks, son of a bitch. Like, can we not? Bro. That actually did break the block off the floor, for God's sake. Whoa! What the hell was that? Jesus. Kirito? Thank you very much for the 10 gifted, dude. Much appreciated. Congratulations to Diablos21. We got Walter Hartwell White 2. Hello to Niana Mo. Hello to Dior. Zany is found. Nemeril. Robbie Some Stars. Mine Koopy. We got Foxy Moofin and also The Life of L. All getting gifted subs. Congratulations all. And big thank you to Kirito. Much appreciated. According to the wiki, this is not the case if you just have a full plane of copper blocks that it oxidizes faster with oxidized copper next to it, but spacing 4 blocks is still faster. Right, okay. Should I just leave it then? Should I just leave it as is for now? Just let it chill. What can I get rid of? Just get rid of some coal. I can just stand here and let it do its thing. I can put myself in a copper hole. Copper hole and hide. Although I feel like I should be maxing out on what I'm doing. 1, 2, 3, 4. They seem to be oxidizing relatively quickly, actually. I'm quite pleasantly surprised at how they're doing so far. Might as well. Could go vertical as well. Yeah, true. Let me try and put some stuff inside of shulker boxes. We've got space in any of these. 19. Let's chuck these bad boys in. Nice. And then if I pull out... Let's pull out just some regular old stone I can use for that. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4. Although I've not really thought about this properly. 1, 2. Oh, whoops. I know it's smooth stone, but I've got silk touch, chat, so I'm not overly concerned about it. Is that all my copper blocks? I mean, surely I have more, right? Where are they all? To be fair, there's a lot of copper just there, like just copper ores. I can turn those into more blocks. Why not? Just fine. Oh, did I? Oh, I didn't pick that up then. Get rid of 4 stone. Nice. Got it. Just find out there's a section on here for homebrew. Homebrew. So how do you oh, browse community homebrew. Ah, gotcha. So maybe they filled out the Rot Lord better than I might have. That's fine. Okay. Well, I mean, either way, that was a nice way of me using that bit of tool set to make things work. What does the 20 plus thing mean? Oh, added to library 20 times. Gotcha. Okay. Let's go back a bit. There we go. So I think those are our 3 encounters. Oh, no, sorry. We're making the Beneath Orchidia one as well, aren't we? So did you say it was the Kraken? Kraken, legendary solo beast. So if we bring it down to tier 1. Oh, does that only bring it down by 2? Can you not bring it down to tier 1? I mean, I suppose it doesn't matter if it's a tier 2 enemy. It's supposed to be the big bad anyway, isn't it? It's supposed to be the scary one. Where's the dirt? I felled a lot of dirt around here. Is it just available or nah? Yeah, there you go. There's a bunch of dirt. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll go here with that and that one. There we go. Let me just play the waiting game. Oh, cool. Oh, I did it. Oh, no, I'm not tall enough, am I? There. Or am I? Wait. What? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, no, we're good. So why did I think that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, maybe it was fine. Fair. Why did I think that was off then? It's fine. All good. 1, 2, 3, 4. You went too high on the other ones. That's all good then. I mean, as long as it's at least 4, we're good. 2, 3, 4. Sweet. Oh, there's our first oxidized one, or weathered at the very least. Oh no, that's fully oxidized. Sick. Am I out of dirt? What the hell? What can I use instead? What we got in there? Yeah, we'll use some stone brick. Why not? Once we've done this, we can actually just stand up here, and then we can work on the little one shot. This will all just oxidize over time. What would be good for me to look up actually is how much we get from each. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I think I've not gone quite far enough there. Oh, I don't know what's going on there. That's fine. Fuck it. Maybe I think that's most of it done. I suppose I can push across this way. There you go. Yeah. Nice. Something like that should be alright. That gets a load of it working. Right, let's do it. Then we'll just get rid of all the framework and we can just literally look at it all now. I suppose I'll work backwards here. Is it better if it's exposed on all sides or anything? I feel like chat said that wasn't the case. Like, that doesn't matter too much. Are you doing a watch along for Minecraft live on Saturday? I am, yeah. Just Saturday's a bit up in the air because Nettie is going to do a really cool thing with her auntie and with her brother and stuff, and sister actually. On Saturday, so I'm on dad mode, but my mum's coming to visit on Saturday, and Nettie's pretty certain she'll be back in time for Minecraft Live anyway, because it'll be the girls' bedtime and dinner time and everything before then anyway, so we should be all good to watch it. But worst case scenario, my mum is up for like looking after them, which is good. So that is on the cards this week. Boop. Lovely. And Mama Littlewood will be here in the flesh, not just in chat. Good old in the Little Mum, exactly. Pretty sure that's her Twitch name, isn't it? Or is it just Littlewood Mum? It's one or the other. Ooh. Did I ever tell you all in the end that I actually got tweeted by Darrington Press when we did our one-shot or the quick start adventure? So that was quite exciting. I remember them coming into the chat before. I'm pretty sure it was even Spencer himself who came in to the stream chat when we were very first looking at all of the like the beta test documentation. And that was pretty cool. So I mean, I don't know who controls that Twitter account. It's probably a multitude of people. But yeah, they acknowledged our presence, which is nice. I mean, I suppose what I want to do with that one is go like that and place another one there if it's all full up. And we will do a bit of that, do a bit of that, do a bit of this and that, a bit of this and that. And that should be all good. Sweet. Basically, anything that's fully oxidized will do that. Also, I'm going to get coordinates just on the off chance that I die, so I know where the hell to come back to. Nice. All right, cool. And then what I might do is just make myself like a safe place to stand, I suppose. Make it spider-proof. And then make it somewhat skelly-proof. Not 100% skelly-proof, but it'll get there. In fact, do I even have free cam? Oh, no, we don't have free cam on this, do we? No. Never mind. Roof for the phantoms. Yeah, good shout. There's supposed to be something here I can use. Slabs, that'll work. There you go, that should do the trick. I mean, we're not going to be fully tabbed out. We'll just be here doing our thing. And we'll wait for this all to oxidize. All right, cool. So let's actually have a look at the Kraken so I can learn it properly. So if I scaled it down and did that, and we'll call this one... I mean, that's the thing. What are we going to call it? So the premise is that beneath Orchidia in the old sewers that used to connect to Merryport, there's going to be some kind of like water elemental wizard or something, or like a baddie that's there. What's the thing called that lets you breathe underwater in Minecraft? Conduit. Can we make a pun of the word conduit? It can be a condu wizard. Sure, we'll take that. All right, so what does it do? So it can be spotlighted up to 3 times per GM turn. Relentless, Jesus Christ. While the Kraken has 7 or fewer marked HP, they will make their standard attack against 2 targets within range. Bloody hell. I almost worry this will be too strong, but I can be sensible about how I utilize it, maybe. So Kraken can be spotlighted up to 3 times per GM turn. Spend fear as usual to spotlight them. Oh wait, so three times per GM turn. So I can, oh, I see. So I have to spend a fear for each one. Oh, that's not so bad then. So it would still count. I would still basically have to, I still have to spend fear per go. So that's fine. That's fine. Many tentacles. While the Kraken has 7 or fewer marked HP. So how much HP has he got? 11. Hi. While he has 7 or fewer marked HP. So when it says 7 or fewer, that'd be when it's like that, right? 7 or less. And then when it goes up to 8, 9, 10, 11, etc., it does that. My worry is how high the dice rolls have got to be. But we'll see. It's fine. Anyway, grapple and drown. Make an attack roll against the target within close range. On a success, mark a stress to grab them with a tentacle and drag them beneath the water. Their target is restrained and vulnerable until they break free with a successful strength roll, or the Kraken takes major or greater damage. While restrained and vulnerable in this way, a target must mark a stress whenever they make an action roll. Okay. So let me understand how that works. So I'm literally going to get my dice out and do this. Let's do that. All right. So I'm kind of sad that as the GM, I don't get to roll my duality dice. I want someone to run a session so I can play Daggerheart as a player. That's what I'd like. Oh, is there a hole in my... Oh my God, there's a hole in my dice bag. Oh, I barely used it. Oh, that's a shame. It's like the nice little one you get with the Daggerheart like collector's edition. Ah, well, shit. Well, I don't actually have a dice bag now, so fuck me, I guess. Oh, that's a real shame. It's like quite a large split as well, but I don't understand how that's happened all of a sudden. Unless it was always like that, I don't know. Sure, fix that, sew it back up. Yeah, I suppose I could. Okay, so let's do a test then. So let me get a print screen of this here. Oh, print screen of. Let's get a print screen of this just so I can understand how it works. Bam. All right, so I've got that there. If I bring up, say, or any of these players, to be honest, let's refresh. We'll get their up-to-date stats, their evasions and everything. There we go. Lovely. All right, cool. So, how's it oxidizing, by the way? Oh, actually, more than I expected. We've got a couple greens out there. Got a couple greens. Nice. Okay. So it says... So make an attack roll against the target. So say, for example, we were going to attack Ren. Roll a dice until you get a success. So that's an 11. His evasion is 10. So that works. So on a success, mark a strength. A stress even. So he would mark a stress. Bam. And then the target's restrained until they break free with a successful strength roll. So what's a successful strength roll? How would you play the strength roll? Like, what's the difficulty that they would have to beat? Or is it we both do a roll? How to do a strength roll in Daggerheart. How to do a strength roll in Daggerheart. A player selects the strength trait, determines the difficulty with the GM. Yeah, see, that's the thing that I don't understand is, I don't understand... Until they break free with a successful strength roll. Would it maybe be against my difficulty as the enemy? I feel like maybe that would be what you go for. So then if I get 2d12 as though I was playing Ren, roll those and go, oh, well, that's a 6 and an 8. So that's with fear. So that's a, what, 14? That would be failed. I wonder if anyone's actually mentioned it. Grapple and drown. Grapple and drown Daggerheart. Let's see if anyone's discussing it on like the subreddit or something like that. Grapple and drown versus grappler. Blah, 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 blah. Not what I'm looking for. Marker stress. Vulnerable and restrained. I mean, this grapple and drown here doesn't actually make mention of doing a strength check. It's just solely that will happen until they take the damage. So we could always take that out. We could always alter that. So instead it actually is that you've simply just got to get the damage on them of major or severe to do it. And then as the GM, I could decide that I'm only ever going to grapple and drown one enemy at a time. I'm never going to do numerous of the players. I think I'd rather that. I think that feels better. And then spend a fear to spew a line of boiling water at any number of targets in a line up to far range. All the targets must succeed an agility roll, or take 1d10 plus 4 physical damage. I reckon these strength rolls and these agility rolls are just like set by the GM on the difficulty of them. I'm not totally against them having to roll a 16 though. Like I've just rolled a 26 there. Oh no, that's because that's a d20. Whoops, no, ignore that. I've just rolled a... and that's a 7. So that could be that. I suppose that what I want to do to slightly homebrew this is... oh, is he trying it? I guess what I could do, pop my bow out real quick. Hold on. Where is it? Where are you? Yes. Domed him. Ooh, getting some more green. Getting some more green. I guess I'd almost want something like... I mean, I guess the battle could start with that. I suppose I need to add in another one. So if I go to... can I edit this fella here? Can you homebrew it? Can you alter it? I would basically want to... you can homebrew and set the Kraken as a template. Ah, okay. Let's try that then. So, homebrew, add Kraken. Yeah, Kraken is the template. Bam. Let's go for tier 1. I'm hoping that will automatically push it down, or is it, or will it not? It doesn't, so I'll use the number thing later on to do that. So let's leave all that as it is. And I want to change some of the descriptions. So, or maybe they can do a strength roll. But if the difficulty is set at 16, that's a tricky one. So they can either choose not to act, or they can try and break themselves free while the other players are doing their thing. I kind of like the idea of that. But I suppose the thing that I want to add is I want to add a feature, which is going to be called... I don't even know what it would be. I suppose it's an action, isn't it? Trying to think how to do this. I tell you what, to maybe help the battle go along a little bit, it could cost 1 stress to do this, and it's an action, and the stress would be... this one could be called Leaky Tap. We'll change the name of it maybe later on. So this one would say, mark a stress to summon... oh, actually, maybe it's reactive. Maybe it's reaction. So reaction is mark a stress to summon 3 more water elementals when none are present in the scene. Because then that way, its stress count is stacking up. And then the other elements can do that. I like the idea of that. So let's edit this encounter. Conduits are gone. Kraken. Where's my homebrew one? Where's the homebrew one I did? That's the one. So 1, 2, 3. Condu wizard. Okay. So that's good. And then it's the water elemental. There'll be 3 of them. And then when there's none, then that all plays out as it does. Because what I want is I want it to be that whenever the elemental is within, I'm going to say very close range. Whenever it's within very close range, it has a reaction where it can mark a stress to defend the wizard. So maybe, again, I might need to make another custom one. So let's go homebrew. Let's go to Kraken. Let's call this Conduit Mage. Let's do that. And then we'll go for a, what was it called again? Greater water elemental. Use template. And I want to add reaction. Stress cost 1. H2 wall. Whenever the whenever a conduit wizard in very close range is due to take direct damage, hurry to its side to absorb the blow. Yeah, I like that. Gosh, hold on a minute. He's going for me here. How is he hitting shots on me there? What kind of angle did he have? Damn. The copper's going. Okay, so let's do that. Oh, wait. Homebrew. Conduit avatars. I like that. Bam. Bam. Edit encounter. Remove them. Add in conduit avatars. Bring them down. Make 3 of them. There we go. Nice. So there'll be 1 wizard, 3 avatars, and whenever they're all fully gone from the field, then that's that. There was another thing that I wanted to do with these, which was the whole reason they go on this quest to go through the fungal forest and go out the other side of it is because there's a special coating that's needed to like permanently eliminate them. But I suppose they would just have that available now. So what I was thinking is that when they fight these conduit avatars at the very beginning of the session, they will not be able to fully get rid of them. It will just be that they'll fall down into a puddle, but then they'll reform again. And after they felled enough of them during the opening combat encounter, then they will just flee. And then they go on this adventure because they need a special coating for their weapons, which will then make the final battle possible to actually get rid of them all. Maybe it should be that when one of them falls, that the conduit mage... maybe it costs 1 HP. Maybe it costs 1 HP and 1 stress to summon the 3 new ones. So every time you down 3 of these, the mage takes a hit. Does that make sense? So conduit mage. I like that. I like that because if it's got 11 HP, they'll be dealing damage every so often. It's got to be a pretty high output in order to even hit it. And then these guys will be going down a bit quicker, which will actually be eventually chipping away at this. And it's going to be burning through stress and burning through HP. I think that works. I think that'd be pretty cool. Or it could be terrible, but we learn from doing. We learn from our mistakes. I like the idea of that. Right, there we go. Boop. Let's pop down some more copper blocks in place of those that are complete. Nice. Any other completed boys? You're a completed boy. Oops, hold on. Place it everywhere other than where I want to. Good job, me. There's another one there as well. Whoops. Yeah. Oh, not quite. Oh, that's why, because I'm a block down. Oh, wrong one. How many of those have I got? I've got 10 so far. It's not bad. There's a passive feature called Hateful Heart that could be reworded for the elementals. Let me have a look, dude. 2 seconds. Let's have a look. I'll have a look on here for it. Hateful Heart. Here we go. The body cavity is immune to damage unless its heart is target of a successful attack. The heart can only be attacked by far or greater range. No, I don't think we need that. I'll tell you what I would like to figure out. I would like to figure out how we're going to do the agility thing, like the progress thing for that. So the idea is that in what act would it be? Act 5 at the Ribbit Dojo sort of thing. The idea is that there is going to be a moment where they are doing like an agility based thing, like an agility based like contest, if you will. So there's going to be little ribbits that will be on the ground distracting them, and then there will be ribbits and they will be doing just agility on their own. So I suppose what it is they're trying to get across the top of an obstacle, but if they get knocked down by the ribbits, they have to go back to the start and try again. But then they can go down there and actually restrain the ribbits. So it's almost like combat but not combat. Does that make sense? So I don't know whether to do it all with agility checks or whether like they would do like strength checks against the ribbits and stuff. So like, I guess, hold on, not to get too Thor on you all, but the idea is that they will, oh, should we do it really like Thor? Here you go. So
basically what's going to happen is, I used to work at Blizzard, blah, blah, blah.
By the way, the whole like worked at Blizzard thing, people really get on his case about that. I'd say I worked there if I did. Like, I've never had an issue with Thor saying that. I just find it so silly. So I feel like it really stems from jealousy, a lot of the people that do it. But yeah. Okay, so imagine you've got big old plane here. You've got platform 1 here, platform 2 there, and basically their goal is to jump across lots of little bamboo shoots in order to get there. Like maybe there's an occasional platform along the way, which is like a spot of respite potentially, and then it's just bamboo, 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 and they're trying to run across the top of it. And the idea is that there are little frog boys at the bottom here. That are going to be shooting projectiles at them to try and nail them. So it could be a mixture of agility and I suppose maybe finesse. I'm not sure. Let's have a look at a character sheet, for example. Ren Drago. Let's have a look at like Ren's one, for example. There's environments in the community homebrew on Fresh Cut Grass if you want to look at how others do agility scenes. Yeah, let's have a look. Manage homebrew, browse homebrew, agility. Obstacle course maybe? Oh, actually, wait. If I do this and then go for environments, roll. Don't need to worry about rolls. Rooftop chase, potentially. Forest chase. God. Sorry, I'm having to mute for these coughs. They're really weird. Rickety Bridge? Where's Rickety Bridge? I might have already scrolled past it again. There it is. Okay. I'm going to look at the phrase progress. Like progress counters. Progress timer, maybe? Is that what I would search? No, progress counter. Let's try progress counter on the Nexus. Counter. Fine, we'll put the word counter, see what it says. Fear moves, token, counter. Doesn't really have what I'm looking for. Let me just see how the copper's doing. Ooh, getting a bit more. Give me a second. Let's have a look. Oh. Am I out? Oh god, I'm out of copper blocks, I think. Oh, that is not what I thought that was. Whoops. I can't be out of copper blocks, surely. I must have loads more. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Didn't think I'd run out. Nice. Got it. All right. Boop. 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 Nice. Nice. Where else are we looking? One over here. Nice. As much as I don't need exactly this many of these, I just need a lot of like weathered and stuff like that for making the various stairs and gates and all that jazz that I need for this project. So I'd rather just have as many oxidized as possible and I can reverse engineer the rest of the stuff. You know what I mean? Have a border crack. Make an agility reaction roll. I'm trying to think of how to construct this. I could just construct this like a battle and have stat blocks. And do it that way. I think it's maybe the best way to go about it. Maybe even if I make maybe I worry less about it being an environment and more just make mobs and treat it like a combat scenario, but not exactly. So if I go to homebrew, add new adversary, I don't know. What would have a projectile? Archer, maybe. Skeleton archer, sure. Let's use that. Okay, so this is going to be a ribbit. How do you spell ribbit in Daggerheart? Is it with a U? Ribbit, Daggerheart. Oh, it is with an E. Okay. Ribbit apprentice. So this is a ribbit apprentice. Difficulty. I don't know. I don't think we even need a difficulty, do we? Ranged. Blah, 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 blah. Student of the dojo. Running distraction. That'll do. Tags. Humanoid. Oh, yeah, okay, it's kind of humanoid, I suppose. I don't know. Aquatic and swamp. Take away cave. Sweet. Right. So weapon name, slime ball. Range is. I think they have the range would be pretty decent. I'll go for range as far on that. And then this is less so damage and it's more just doing other stuff. I think it's going to be a case of they can't be killed or anything, but they can be restrained. So they will basically just do like a counter to it. I can't think of how to construct it. So basically, chat, the way it's going to work is that they will be trying to do various hops and they're counting down a timer. So say you've got a dice and it's got 8 on it. Every time they successfully do an agility roll, they will go across here. And I suppose every time they fail, it will go back up by 1. And their goal is to try and get it to 0 But then there are going to be these things down here, which anytime they successfully hit them while they're up here by failing an agility roll, then that number will go up again. But then I want them to be able to fall down or choose to go down and restrain them in order to, like, make the job easier, if that makes sense. I don't know how I'd construct that in a TTRPG kind of way. I think that's what I'm struggling with. Don't. Oh! Interesting. So did they not come out until I came out of cover? Because they didn't spawn for ages, or is it just happened to hit the right time of night? They perished as well. Good. Okay. So I'm trying to think of what the progress would be. So there we go. Every good roll is -1. -1. They're trying to get to 0, and then opposite it's +1. The goal is 0, and then they can make general agility rolls to move. Anytime they roll with fear, then it would pass over to the GM, and the GM could spend fear maybe to do that. So then spend fear to do a move, which is just straight up like to distract them. It's basically to try and knock them off. We probably have more of the dagger heart peeps. No, I know. It's just I'm asking anybody who's here. This doesn't look like dungeon building. It is. We are oxidizing copper at the minute, and we are doing other stuff whilst waiting. So don't worry. We're being good. We're being good. We're working on the dungeon. It's just we're also trying to figure out another scenario whilst also waiting. And basically what I want it to be is that if a plus happens on the timer, on the counter, I don't want it to be too punishing for the players to have just failed. Play moves back to the GM, and then the GM suddenly can't do anything. Trying to think of how to keep this fair and balanced so we're not stuck in this agility test for ages. Because this is just supposed to be a silly little prerequisite to everything. Like, do we do a checkpoint system maybe, where like if they reach these checkpoints, that they can then get back up to them? So each checkpoint has maybe 1 step to there, 1 step to checkpoint, or even 2. Could be 1, 2, checkpoint, 1, 2, checkpoint, 1, 2, checkpoint, and then 1, 2, and then the 3 is the final one. So they've got 3 checkpoints and then a 4th final goal. Yeah, it's a tricky one. I think that's the thing, is I think I'm trying to do a lot of homebrew stuff when I am brand new to the system. I should be staying in my lane and trying to do simple things, but I've never done that. I've never played by the rules. So say, for example, I'm a player, difficulty set of 15, so it's bang in the middle. Or actually, 15, is that high or low? Maybe 14, so it's smack bang in the middle. Because if you're rolling 2d12, 13? Maybe 13 for difficulty. So roll that, I got 3. I got literally the worst roll possible. I got 1 with hope and 2 with fear. Yikes. So in that scenario, it would go from 8 to 9 because they failed the agility move. Although I guess maybe on their sheet, do they have any pluses to agility sometimes? I mean, that would still just straight be a fail regardless. So they'd be on 9 and then play would pass over to the GM. Say at that moment I have, I don't know, let's say 3 fear in that moment. Then what I could then do is I would then have my little ribbit fella who can do stuff. So slime balls, far range. I guess it's just a regular roll that I do against them. There's no damage. There's no modifiers, but it would just strike them. And then for this, it would be an action. So we need an action for these ribbits, which is the slime ball attack, which I guess is just the baseline. I guess we could do passive, and it's nailed you. And then this will say, when successfully landing an attack on a player atop the bamboo, +1 to the counter. Would you say that it can't go above 8? Yeah, maybe actually. Maybe it can keep fluctuating up and down. And then action could be get off me. Or get off of me. That's an action, so you'd spend 1 fear to trigger that, and that would be break free from any grapple or cleanse, invulnerable / restrained. Slime ball removes 1d6 from the next agility roll. Ooh. So if it hits them, then they roll their next one with disadvantage, maybe. I like the idea of that. So what we're getting a lot of... Oh, hello. You just sprung into existence. I don't think we've got... Oh, there's one full one over there. Let's go sort you out. No, you don't. Down. Oop. 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 Did it land literally on top of it? Oh, it landed there. Yeah, I like the idea of them having to roll with disadvantage. We could have it be that the player gets, like, gunked. Yeah, we could do that. So passive could be nailed you. When successfully landing an attack on a player atop the bamboo, +1 to the counter, or declare they have this. Actually, we could do +1 to the counter, max 8. If full, next agility roll is with disadvantage. We could do that maybe. Isn't it faster to sandwich a block of copper between 2 fully blocks of oxidized? Chat were debating that, but I don't know what the truth of it is. I mean, we can test it over here, right? Should we try that? Let's do that. And we'll put oxidized each side, see what happens. Let's see if that goes any quicker than some of our pre-existent ones. So we'll see. That said, though, if that... Sorry, going back to Minecraft for a second. If chat is saying that that is quicker, so if doing this, it would allow us to make the stuff in a denser field, right? Like, so is it a case of you leave 4-block gap, or you do this? Is that what chat's saying? So would doing that have the same effect as having the 4 blocks apart? Because if so, I'll definitely do that. That makes sense to do, right? I mean, there's no reason we can't do it. We're here. We might as well go for it. Let's try that. We'll see what happens. See if those oxidize. Okay, so successfully land, +1 to the counter, maximum of 8. If counter full, next agility roll is with disadvantage. I like the idea of that. I think that works. I mean, we could just try and play this out and see how it feels so far. So all 4 players are stood up on the platform over here. So you got 1, 2, 3, and 4. First person rolls. They roll a 10. Oh, actually, that's a critical success. Oh, yeah. What do we do on a critical success? Because that was a double 5 then. So that's a crit. So everything goes exactly as you want it to. So rather than marking 1, do we double it? Or we could say if they roll a critical success, this goes down to 7, and their next roll could then be with advantage. So they have like a momentum building up with it. I kind of like the idea of that. So crit -1 and plus advantage next roll. Next roll? Question mark. That could be an interesting choice for it. Because taking it down by 2, you'd only need 4 crits in order for it to succeed, I suppose. I think what would also be good to have as well is to have a... Oh, let me change this actually. It would be good to have the dojo leader be able to interrupt at any point by spending fear to take this back up. So if I feel like it's going down too quickly and I want a little bit more back and forth, then that could work. So let's say for now then. So they've rolled double 5s. They've got a crit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, okay. Yes, if the timer is 8. I mean, this, I guess the goal at the end is less so important and more so this number here is like a thing that's playing out separately. Yeah, okay. Let's do that. And then they can continue from the checkpoints. Maybe it's a case of, oh, what about if we do that? What if, once they reach a checkpoint, the number can't then go above 6 and then 4 and then 2. So it'll be 6, 4, 2, and then goal. So yeah, I like that. Because then they can always start from the checkpoint and that can only ever go up to a certain number. I like that. So they're inching closer towards doing it. Do we have a fail condition for this thing as a whole, though? That's the thing I'm wondering. Like, is it possible for them to lose this? Or is it just a case of they've just got to get through it? Maybe the idea is they're accumulating stress while doing this, which is the trade-off. So they can't lose this encounter, but they can lose stress through the encounter. Kind of like the idea of that. Can't lose, but burning stress. So it's a bit of a stress dump. And I do like the idea of 6, 4, 2, 0. Checkpoint is for per player or for the entire party. I would say for the entire party. Yeah, I'd say for the entire party, so they've got to move towards it. 6, 4, 2, 0. I think that works. Let's try that. So, okay, starting fresh. The number set at 8 at the beginning of it. Player 1 decides they're going to roll. They get a 13 with fear. And 13 was the threshold to pass. Because on rolling 2d12s, the absolute smack bang in the middle is 14, right? No, not 14. It's 12. So you want to be just slightly above the center in order to pull this off for an agility roll. And some of them might have pluses, which will make that easier for them. But if we set difficulty to AG 13, then that would work. So for that, that would roll that down to a... So that's a 7 at the moment. And they move forward 1 slot, I suppose. And then... Second... Oh, no, they rolled with fear then, didn't they? Did I say they rolled with fear? Can't remember now. I think I said they rolled with fear. So then play would then move over towards the GM. So then the GM would then get to activate one of these for free, I suppose. And they would do Slime Ball, which is just their regular attack. So then as the GM, I would roll a d20, which would be an 8. So for example, on Rendrago, if I still have his character sheet up, I don't. I can do it. Rendrago. So say it was Ren trying to jump. His evasion is 10. So that would actually miss. And nothing would happen. He'd just be chilling. He'd be happy. He'd be sound. And then because that failed, you then go back to the players. Somebody else would then try to go. So you'd roll your 2d12. That's only a 9. And that's with fear. So I'd gain a fear. I'm worried that I would be gaining too much fear through all of this. Usually for things like agility checks, I don't think you normally gain fear as the GM. So maybe instead of gaining fear, just each time fail a roll, they could... Wow. Oh, I don't know how to do this. Not sure. I'll have a think. Getting a lot of green here, chat. I'm liking the look of it. It's doing it. It's doing its thing. I'm just trying to think how to not make this a stress dump for the players and also not make it a fear, like a fear bath for me as the GM. I don't want it to feel too unfair. I mean, it could be that if they roll... Oh, maybe we could do that. Hold on. So, fail. A failure with fear is stress marked. And then fail with hope is just back to last checkpoint. Back to last checkpoint. Then success with fear. Free ribbit move. And then a success with hope is then just straight up move. The counter changes. I suppose it all depends on whether we want to go off the counter or if I am imagining it as these checkpoints, and whether the players are simply just working through that. For the players, having a number to look at would probably be more beneficial to them. You drop a potato. You did as well. From it. Maybe on a crit they lose a stress. Oh, what? A crit from my side? Well, I guess I can't get a crit. Or is it, oh, a crit if... Oh, okay. Wait, are you saying that an adversary crit would be lose stress? Yeah, I like the idea of that. So maybe we get rid of the fail fear as stress. Yeah, I like that. This is such a bad way of doing this, but it's fine. Okay, maybe a failure with fear is they fall to the ground. A failure with fear, they fall to the ground and have to go back to the previous checkpoint. Whereas a failure with hope is maybe they only go back 1 step. So say they've gone... If they've gone 1, 2, they go all the way back to the start for the worst case scenario. And then it would be only back by 1 if they did a failure with hope. So that's checkpoint. Oh gosh. Maybe that's how we play it. So a failure with fear, back to the previous checkpoint. A failure with hope, back to the last podium they were on. A success with fear is a free ribbit move. And then a success with hope is whatever the fuck that. What does that say? Oh, counter. Counter. But it's about whether we keep the counter mechanic in here. It's about making sure the ribbits can feel disruptive, but not brutal. You know what I mean? We'll figure it out. This will be fine. Oh, he's just doing his thing. This seems to be going okay over here, but nothing crazy. I think for now, I'm going to grab everything I've got and we'll tidy this up because I think I've got to go. I've got to do the little one's bedtime. Didn't quite notice the time. My guess is I'm hoping that I've got actually enough for what I need here for the remainder of this project. I should have enough copper bits because I'm pretty sure with stairs and slabs you get numerous of each, right? But yeah, we'll try and refine that agility game. I want the agility game to feel fun as though there's a progression to it, but not that they're losing a ton because of it. Maybe it's a case of I'm overcomplicating it and the counter should just be the way it is. Like, narratively, I could already, like, it could just be the whole party are moving together. It's just somebody is, like, currently the lead. And then anytime someone falls down or whatever and they come back up, they've just noticed the easiest path in order to get there. And that could be what happens. So they don't even have to do particular movements. It's just the rolls are there. I think the checkpoint system works well, though. Having the counter never go back up that high if we've rolled well. We'll figure it out. It'll be fine. Oh, my inventory actually full. Damn. Get rid of the carrot. But this has been good, though. I think this has been productive. I think we've got basically our major encounters kind of mapped out now. Honestly, the characters in the town, I could totally just improv on the day. So, like, I think I have the bulk of what I need done, bar the agility thing, which I feel is already mostly there. It's just basically pulling the trigger on exactly what I want to do with it. So, I feel like I could actually run this next week if I got the plays together and stuff. It's also about whether they want to do, like, character creation, like a session 0 for that. They totally could. I'm dodging arrows like crazy here. And here come the phantoms. Didn't hit a single one of them. Whoops. Nice. Oop. Just eat real quick. Oh yeah, I mean, look, I've got like 23 weathered copper things. I'm looking at like the sidebar as well, the material list, although I don't know whether that's updating. Like if I look at, oh, it's because they're waxed ones. That's why it's not updating. All right, fair. Just found an environment on Demi Plane that is very similar to what you're trying to do. Raging River, if you want to take a look. Ooh, okay, yeah, give me 2 seconds. I'll look at that in a sec. Like, if I can just rename something that already exists, then someone's already done the work. That's great. So a new group of 4 players for this campaign. Yeah. Well, it's not a campaign. It's a 1/2 shot. But set in the world of Misadventures is the plan. And also, we don't even have to run it with just one group of people from Misadventures. Like, if there's like 8 people who want to play this thing, then I can absolutely get them in for it. It'd be nice, because if I can get all these people to just play a one-shot and they like it, like enough to like turn up and want to just participate, then that's great for me, because that means I can just like pull together a random team of 4 players kind of at any point for any kind of adventure. It doesn't have to be Misadventures. It could be set in a completely different world. It could be themed around a different game. Like, that could be pretty cool. Let's get this big line of them over here and then we'll tally out. Nice. Sweet. All right, so is that everything collected? Just checking that I've got everything I need. Just don't want to leave anything behind. That's arrows. That's arrows. No more floating copper blocks. I think we are looking good. Oh my god. Overworld. All right, nice. Just don't have 8 players at once. Oh yeah, no, god, I wouldn't do that. Maximum I do is 2 sets of 4. I think 2 sets of 4 would be adequate. 100%. Right, hold on a minute. Right, let's just quickly blitz back over towards our base. I would like to think that I now have everything that I need for this copper stuff, which is nice. What I'm tempted to do is maybe open up the schematic. In fact, can you even do that? Can you go into the schematic and change the block types? Doubt it. That'd be crazy if you could. I was thinking I could go in and like change it, but I actually know the coordinates of it already, so I could potentially rework it in Axiom. Not sure. In fact, to tell you what, for now, let's just end that there. We'll end that there. Let's have one quick look then at the... Did you say this was on the Nexus? What's it called? Raging River? See it was called Raging River? Raging River. Let's have a look. That did not want to load. Why is that? Raging River, game element. Raging River. Have I lost access? Is that gone? Environments. Raging River. Okay, here we go. Let's have a look. Difficulty 10. A swift moving river without a bridge crossing. Deep, blah, 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 blah. Crossing the river requires the party to complete a progress countdown. Okay, sounds similar. A PC who rolls a failure with fear is immediately targeted by the undertow action without requiring a fear to be spent on the feature. Okay. Catch a PC in the undertow. They must make an agility reaction roll. On a failure... on a failure, they take 1d6 physical damage and are moved a close distance down the river, becoming vulnerable until they get out of the river. So that could be that the apprentices at the bottom knock them down with a move. You know what I mean? And then I can spend a fear at any point to enact undertow on them as well. Patient Hunter. Spend a fear to summon a glass snake with close range of a chosen PC. The snake appears in or near the river and immediately takes the spotlight using their spinning serpent action. Okay. Well, maybe I'll add that as to look at. So what was it? Raging. Oh, that's Ranging River. Raging River. Raging River? Question mark. There we go. But yeah, we could probably bump that up to an 8 to make this a longer encounter, unless it doesn't need to be quite that strong. Maybe a 6 would suffice. Yeah, that's a good shout. Nice. All right, I like that. Well, as always, thank you, chat, for hanging with me. We've got the majority of the dungeon done. I probably won't stream any more of me making the dungeon now. I will probably use my work hours tomorrow to finish that dungeon up. And then I will get working on the one shot and actually do loads of writing for it. Just as a heads up, I will be live for Minecraft Live on Saturday, so you'll see me then. And then Sunday, I won't be live. We're celebrating Robin's birthday that day. It's later in the week, as in next week, but we're celebrating it on the Sunday. So I won't be around all day Sunday. And then I'll probably be back on Monday, where I'm not sure what we'll be doing. Could be anything. Could be anything at this point. It might be me doing a session 0 with people that want to get in on the little one shot or something. Or it could be me finishing up writing it. Who knows? But yeah, we're all set. Let's find somebody to raid, shall we? Let's have a nosy. Directory following. Oh, those guys are all playing Among Us, aren't they? So we could do Among Us. Or we could raid Rendiggity Dog, who's doing Mince Raft. I tell you what, let's go and raid Mark. Mark Sherlock Holmes is live, which not often live. And considering that we've been picking up Dagger Heart and we've just been designing some stuff for it, Mark has actually done a one shot with the High Rollers gang inside of Dagger Heart, which is very cool. So you can go say hello. You don't need to talk about what I've been doing with Dagger Heart. You can just go say hi, but Mark is really nice. And yeah, have a wonderful evening. Bye all.